I need some new songs to play. I'm about to make some new songs. But this is the theme song. When it was Kemet, Black Egypt, it was a Nile Valley civilization. Black Egypt. It wasn't no Mediterranean culture like us. You gon' get tormented for 4 minutes if it's war when it just said Jeshurun got a false door in it. The Nubian flow, that's before Kemet. Masa Kim T got rubies and gold, and it's fit for a Kushite king. But what it look like, the green Sahara ring bearer, bring terror to your satellite kingdom, so they do not bother me. Scarification look like wavy line pottery. Kush with the black top pots, a rap top notch, and I could kick it till your laptop stops. I'm like Tahaka, Shabaka, or Pianki, the art is a fire Nubian. Any cocky, I came down and out through the lands of Kush, living a pre-dynastic pharaoh way and marrow way. Kerma, Khartoum, or Semna by the 5th cataract. Now I put the 5th wheel on the Cadillac. So much ride a white man couldn't battle that. I gotta get my levels right. Black Egypt. Tired of the music being too loud. Tired of my voice being too loud. Black Egypt. Mic check. Mic check. Tell me, do the level sound better? Not too much distortion and stuff. Look at the culture. Mic check. Black Egypt. Mic check. What you know about Dynasty 00? Roll through with Shimsu Heru on the standard. Ta-Nehisi, Sudanese G's. Try to test me. I'm an archer from Taseti. The squad ready, so I'm stepping in with the extra thin leopard skin. A tail on the apron with my crown on. You can crack jokes, but I ain't the one to clown on. Hey yo, Egypt was black, and that's a fact. All you little suckers need to step on back. They tried to throw us off, but we kept on track. We started doing research once you slept on that. And with Kemet, it don't matter what the name means. If it's a black culture, then that's the same thing. Race science is a lame thing. Ever since Nubian times, I let the chain swing. How the first name of Egypt was Taseti, but Taseti was Taseti already. Yep, it meant the land. Hey, can y'all hear me over the music? Archers, this is where they am I too loud over the music? I got arrows. Or am I low over the music? Them fake pharaohs are uproot them and use Black Egypt. 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 Thanks for letting me know I'm cool. I be listening back and I don't like that distorted. Sometimes I just be tripping. I don't be on Facebook, but sometimes I come on Facebook and man, it be some like I'm like, do I follow all these like model type girls or whatever? That'd be crazy. What's up with y'all? We're gonna do some studying because this is just part of my life. Just part of my life. I just did a really good interview with my boy Tajay from the Soul's Mischief. And now we're about to get into some studies. Egypt, boy, got that white crown, upper Egypt. Come on, let's go.
Babylonian bars, you can really spit it, get it, dagger on me. That harpoon, it ain't for abalone. Phoenician pieces made of Nubian gold. Antediluvian scrolls hit the Nubian poles. And if you want to debate that, you'll get truly exposed. I'm like the
shooting
king
another
of
video to
Axum,
this.
Axum. Bring the maxims of Patar back to action.
I was just chilling at the museum.
Swing my axe, so Y-axis, 32 degrees west on the Y-axis. Try and catch us. Christianity was stolen from Kemet. Lying. Compare the book of Psalms to Amenope.
Come on.
Sometimes I'm rhyming, I'm just like a shaman, okay?
Some sound alright, but then they act silly by conquering my crown, and that's really very silly.
We gotta make up the white crown dance.
By conquering my crown, and that's
So when we go to the Congress
that's
community,
really very silly.
I'm a star charting Bantu boy with my bow and arrow. I raise a king in my gnome if I don't know the pharaoh. Explosive and lethal when your dreams like Joseph the Hebrew. And no sending evil wide jet and neck bent. Here to ward that off, I'm not a sage burner.
Yeah, that's for my real ones. This for my Kemites.
The script writer,
This for my Hebrews.
Cause I don't need it. cause I got the white crown.
Yeah.
I rock the white crown. Say, Tashimu, you rock the
Matter of
red
fact,
crown.
I'ma do a show with
Say,
nothing but
Thematic,
Hebrews behind
you
me.
rock the white crown. Say,
You know what I'm talking about?
Tashimu, you rock the red crown. Say,
Y'all gonna be mad,
Some
but it's gonna
sound
be
alright,
economic.
but then they act silly. Try conquering
Y'all
my
know how I
crown, and
roll
that's
through.
really very silly. Try
I'll
conquering-
roll through the next
try
event with all
conquering my
Hebrew
crown,
security.
and that's
What
really
y'all gonna
very
do?
silly.
I'm a C group, Magi Archer.
Yeah.
I'm Ta-Nehisi. You conscious community pseudos
I ain't
never
no
try to
sucker.
test me. As I'm in Rock Squad up. Religion, and when I'm on the mic,
Y'all gonna
don't
fight
cut
and fuss
my
all damn
wisdom,
day.
boy. I'm W.E.B. Du Bois. I'll smother you under the Sphinx. Heed the voice. Ancestrally cooking up mean lyrics. Cats fighting cause they don't think the Dogon has seen Cirrus. And DNA can't prove ethnicity. How you conscious? You say Pacific instead of specifically.
Yeah.
You know my so raw,
All
you
right.
get crushed. Think the force of a hippo jaw.
My
I rock the
grizzly
white
woke, man. Check it
crown. Say,
out. Stop. My grizzly woke is ready to rap. Somebody send me some beats. I'ma lash their ass. I could do it today. We could do it right now in the stream. But cats ain't interactive. Cats is just puzzled, bruh. I could never even watch a rapper be somebody, really somebody saying this shit on the internet and not be on the other side of the computer snapping into action. So fuck it. I said I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm gonna stop letting, I ain't no opportunities. So I'm just about to push shit in people's face. Matter of fact, I want a new jet ski. 2023. Let's go shopping. Tired of niggas. Jet ski. Sea-Doo. I dumped one of my skis to one of y'all. Not the fast one though. Somebody want a little reliable ski. You put shiny shit in niggas' faces. Which one of these we need to do a video on next week? Let me see. I need the best. I don't need the little shit. I need like a RTX 2023. All right. I ain't gonna pre-order it. I'm gonna walk in and walk out live. I'm just looking right now because y'all cats get on my nerves. So I'm just gonna say, fuck it, let's just go. I'm gonna change my channel back to a jet ski channel. I'm gonna hop out on this one. I'll probably, maybe next week, grab this thing up just for the fun of it. Fuck it. Tired of niggas. I'm about to just go on and be normal.
Tashimu, you rock.
You know? Or maybe I need to catch up with my man Pickle Man. Let me give me a boat, bro. For this summer. I've been thinking about it. How we coming out this summer? Put some more shit in niggas' faces. They ain't supporting right. Because when you got stuff for the people, they think you got it for you. But I ain't tripping. What's up? RapGod.wordpress. So y'all see that 2023? I think we need to grab that thing. What that's at? I got what I said. I think I'm gonna get. I think we coming all black, just for the fun of it. That's just an impulse buy on the conscious community for being suckers when we talking about making money together. Just thought of doing that real quick. That's the type of stuff we. So y'all, we'll see a series of videos on that thing. I'm gonna hype that up too. But let's get to the consciousness. LSHADDAI. El Shaddai. So nobody, it's been years, nobody wanted to address none of the stuff I talked about. So I think we got free reign to say that we, putting out good information pertaining to the subject. All right. Particularly to what I promulgate as a goddess of the Canaanite pantheon, El Shaddai. And we always point to some of the reasons why the God El Shaddai in the Hebrew Bible always gives feminine blessings and blessings of fertility. Yeah, I want that GTX. I was thinking about it, and y'all just convinced me to get it. I'm just like, fuck, I ain't doing nothing. Nope. Businesses already got businesses with partners, and they running fine. Nope, no more, nothing. It's on. Chillers. I'm too old, ready to retire, just ready to kick it. It appears that the monotheism, in breaking down what I think I learned, I wrote a document for anyone to see my work on the subject and to step forward to bring light to some errors I may have made, or to, show me where I went wrong, was that as it stood for the past 10 years, and this was a letter written to ISUPK 10 years ago, after a brief interaction with them on Twitter, where someone said I didn't understand, I couldn't understand the Hebrew or something, but that's back when I was reading Hebrew fluently. Oh, am I going too fast? Dang, it ain't even no, it ain't, let's go back to kicking it. We're going to Alibaba. Maybe I ain't gonna be so boo-boo, Alibaba. Maybe I might have to do some type of thing that can help me and my family. Jessica ain't gonna help you and your family, right? You deal with Alibaba? I've been looking at this lately. So Alibaba really got the food trucks, believe it or not, and I've been doing some research, and they putting them, don't trip, allow me to be all over the place. I know it's Sunday school, but some reason when economics just, you be having to think to support your family. Like, no, let's not get it confused. Don't ever think nothing. I'm tripping them. But I'm saying that little pseudo responsibility stuff, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing pseudo responsible this year. I'm getting out here having some fun. I got everything. When things are in order, is in order, and life is life. But I ain't doing pseudo responsible. And then letting everybody else pull up in big ass boats and shit. Nope, they out there winging that shit together, bro. Just having hella fun. I'm about to go the other route, and I bet you the movement gonna jug harder, because more people like glitz and glamour than they like acts to support. I ain't asking for no support ever, no more. All right, so here we go. Something like this is actually real and manifestable, and believe it, look at this, dude. This is ridiculous, dude. But it say 50 pieces, right? So really, if you knew 50 people who wanted these, that's a joke. But you don't want to look that high. So this is how you really run through them. And if you don't know the Alibaba gang, I know we're supposed to be talking about the Bible, but how you not going to talk about some bread? You don't know the Alibaba gang, bruh? Here go the Alibaba gang. First and foremost, the sample, now, I hope nobody hear this but the people who could benefit from it. The sample is always going to be better than the product they ultimately send you. If you don't know about doing business in China, you're going to learn that. And what is called as a negative slang, it was like the Shanghai. You might get the Shanghai because it's just the bait and switch. You see what I'm saying? What they'll do is send you a prototype of your product looking exactly how you want it. It happened to me multiple times. And then when you manufacture the whole product, they swap out some of the goods. What y'all want to talk about? Y'all want to talk about more money stuff, or y'all want to talk about more El Shaddai Kemet? I'll change the title. Because this is how you get them back before they get the Shanghai on you. You got to find the distributors that actually do samples. and you get the sample and you apply the sample to a work application while considering getting the bulk, if you know what I mean. So what do I mean? First of all, somebody said money. If I ask what y'all want to talk about Kemet and money and y'all put Kemet, then there you go. You might get kicked out the chat. Because how that's going to help your kids. I can tell you how. It helps your kids the way it helped mine. But let's go back in on it. You know, it'd be hard if we put together. Now, see, I always go to my dude right here. I need to interview him. I'm going to interview him next.
What's up, people? It's your man, DJ Benjerich, a.k.a.
And he a DJ, too, so I could tie him in on some hip-hop, and he could tie me in on the food trucks. See, that's what I'm talking about, man.
Benjamin Tanger, and I'm back for another episode.
Bruh, I say send me some beats. Your first album be all me rocking, and all you got. I'm going to send you these 10 verses. You send me one of them food trucks. He going to say fast as a NASCAR.
You can see right here in my background, you can see 2 of my electrical food trucks. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm owner and operator of Mass Influence Media, where our ultimate goal is to help people.
So this is what I'm going to do, because I do this type of shit. I'm going to contact him since he got the proof in the pudding, right? I'm going to get him in with us, right? Then we need to put something together where we can meet the cheap number on Alibaba. Because even if you're going to lose your 500, bruh, you can't act like that ain't worth it. Let's say everything I'm saying was a scam, which it would not be, because I would have to leave the earth. You see? And I got so much well-qualified stuff that why take some dumb risk at this point. So this is what I'm saying. You can only get one of these, and it really drives and everything, for $400 and $500 if you order 50 of them. But we know 50 people with 500 to get one of these sent to your house. Please. You know what I'm saying? I'll put my 500 right now if one of y'all had that hooked up. I wouldn't even think about it, because I put 500 on worse before. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back to the real brother that we need to interview, the DJ that even make it. He just telling us that he willing to talk, basically, because we're a hip-hop community.
People monetize, start, and scale businesses, do engaging content or digital marketing. And
notice nothing I be talking about, like you can at least gonna get your foot in the door with $500, bruh. Because you gotta understand, when you got the truck and it's sitting in front of your house, all the other help you need to get that business popping gonna come from people who see you actually already got it. Who don't know how to cook? You don't even need to know nobody how to cook. 50 million cooks right on your street.
I have fell upon something that is magnificent, something that's great, something that's been killer dope, and it has been these electric.
Hey, Daniela, you say you about to buy one for your son.
Food trucks,
if we gonna get to, like, we should really, I don't even know you, you don't know me, but if we get discounts for making group purchases, and they'll send them to individual addresses, and nobody have to deal with nobody else's, you know what I'm saying, type of stuff. We should put something together to talk about, and to talk with this guy about how to get them, because he got hell of them.
Of 12 to date now. And I'd like to just show you guys and talk a little bit about the food truck industry, these China food trucks. A lot of people have been talking about these on the forums.
So you know you want to be a boss, right? So you could just get the fleet. Or you really could just get the truck, and if you just really, you got it, you own it now. How much would you rent that out for a month, bro? How much would you lease that truck for a year? That first month, I guarantee you the first month is going to pay for what you paid for it. Unless you're going to let somebody get this for a month for under 500. But again, you're not getting this for 500 unless you got 50 people, or unless you're willing to buy 50 pieces. You know, I'm going to change the title of this video right now. I mean, I'm going to still do some Sunday schooling. It's just what it is. It's all one thing, bro. When one topic mildew, we can go to the other. But this more pushing in my life.
Facebook and on Instagram. And I would like to let you guys know these trucks were totally worth it. I would not have changed it for the world. I can say I did go through a lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of issues with getting them inside the U.S., getting them approved to be street legal. They are registered as RVs, so they can be on the street and they can't drive on the street. Now, when I drive them on the street,
what did he say? But you can't drive on the street. You got to know all of this.
They are registered as RVs, so they can be on the street and they can drive on the street.
Oh, they
now,
can. He said they can drive on the street.
To be street legal, they are registered as RVs, so they can be on the street and they can drive on the street. Now, when I drive them on the street, hell no, I won't drive these on the street, because you see that car right there? That car is like 4,000 pounds and real metal. This right here is sheet metal. It's sheet metal. And it's sheet metal, it's thin metal, so I wouldn't want to be nowhere driving and somebody smack me and I'm dying because not enough metals cover me.
Y'all hear that?
I would like to walk through these.
So you really don't really want to be driving it like that, but you want, I mean, you know, we from the town, you gonna drive it, bro. But you ain't trying to get slapped up in no sheet metal like you said.
Both, this long one right here is a 20-foot food truck. I sell funnel cakes out of it, if you can't tell. I sell funnel cakes out of it. It has 2 fryers. It has 3 fryers in it, a warmer, a flat top, a refrigerator and freezer.
So that's like one of them little ones right here. And you see it got the tow hitch, so he pulled this on the back of the truck. I pulled this right on the back of the truck, family.
And a lot of prep area. And then also this
I definitely want something small like this. Forget a jet ski. Forget being stupid just because I'm not being stupid. I'm going to come like this.
And freezer and a lot of prep area. And then also this second one, this is called the Woody. This right here is a mobile convenience store that I'll go around and I'll put different items
the Woody?
in. This is more so my versatile unit.
See, the Woody going to sell because you don't even think small and big for big paper. Like if you really want to, you put 4 blenders in here and have smoothies. You gonna make $1,000 a day at an event.
I used to own a mobile DJ, so now I'm able to
more than 1,000 probably.
The DJ also right there, or if I want to sell different products, I can sell it from this one.
So he used this as a mobile DJ too, and it really drives.
People, when you're getting started to doing mobile businesses, make sure you come up with your niche before you get started and dumping money into this. This is a process to get, but it is totally rewarding. You actually can get you a food truck from about 7 to 12 grand.
So now he said you could get them for 7 to 12 grand, but let's not trip, because obviously if he doing his thing, you know, he gotta have something in there for him too. You know what I'm saying? We know business, but we know you could get them for cheaper. But we gonna get him without his assistance. You see what I'm saying? And I mean, you can literally look at every one of these on YouTube to see who people bought them. Look, this dude bought the dough cart. This is still him. Something happened to it. Step our game up, all of us together, nobody better than the other.
The Dough Club, the YouTube channel that is way more than a YouTube channel. Company with a mission to end world hunger.
Oh, come on with all that. You not ending world hunger.
What's up, people? It's your man, D.
You just get your paper. How you gonna end world hunger with a food truck? So you ambitious, but let's keep going. He got this one for $15. $15,000. I mean, $15,000 is too much for that, but you got to think about it. If you set it up, you'll have that $15,000 back in 15 days, possibly. But you can find this for way cheaper. I seen this for like 5 bands.
Episode on my YouTube channel. So before we get started, I don't care what you're here for, what you want to know. Make sure you cut on the notification and you subscribe to my channel and make sure you like this video below so I can give you more action-packed videos.
So let's go, because I want to show some of the other vids where they really driving these mugs. And I ain't gonna stay on this for too long. Some just threw me down the street. Oh, because my little frustration I got, and then I had to stop being childish and immature. And think that, what would that do for anybody? I need to like stay focused. 50 pieces minimum, or 10 pieces minimum order, y'all. So look at this. So you saying it ain't 10 of us right now who got 230 to see that this is fake or real? Matter of fact, that's only 2,300. I'll do that. Look, to have 10 of these, bro, we got a warehouse. So this the type of stuff I'll be hitting my homies with an email. And even though it don't got nothing to do with running a record company, you know, my partners know, if y'all just got through seeing the video with me and Tajay, y'all see how we get down, bro. Like, who wouldn't do this? What is this? What is going on here? 10 of these, you only spending $2,300? I want 10 of these. You gotta have some, we got places to put them. But you need to see more. So you take the whole title and pop it in YouTube. Right? Let's see which one they're gonna show you. See, here go the one. So look, he doing what we talking about. This the same damn trailer, bro. He done bought it, brought it to America. Now he priced it up probably $100 million.
Hi, my name is Carlos Ortega from Rent to Own Traders, and we're here to...
Man, we just game goofy. But 200, no, that's gotta be a scam. That can't be right. We gotta do our investigations. You mess around and send your 200 and somebody hit you back with an all Cantonese email. You be like, you was talking English at first. But did y'all see that? Like, I'm seeing it like, come on, man, that's not even a no-brainer. Even if you don't even got nothing to do with food, you never have to touch a string bean in your life. One of these said minimum order 10 pieces right here. So that means if we order 10 of these, you can get them at $200 to $230 each. Now let's look at this seller. So you don't want to mess with this seller. So this must be a scam. Because most of the sellers that's good over here, they got their history. And he ain't got no history. So they just trying to get you. Well, let's go to the person who said you could get 50 of them. Still no history. Still no history. So you just in Never Never Land, probably about to lose your money, basically. That's what you about to do. Guaranteed. So that's why you got to go through brothers like Dude, no history. So that's why you got to go through brothers like Dude. I mean, at least people who got experience in showing us this. Because I know that was a joke. I never would. I mean, $230, I would still try to see was that real or not. It's like research money, you know? You just call it like research. But let me see. All right, I'm kind of done with that. But I want to find a real good vendor that actually got some sales. You feel me? On them food trucks. Mobile weed truck, I don't think they'll let you move. Yeah, they probably will let you do that in the Bay Area, definitely. I think it's Heaney. All right, I think these is the people. But this gonna cost a little bit more, watch. Because if you look at the ones that, see, they doing a little different. But just to look. Anyway, I'm out of here. I just got juice though. So y'all gonna see me in one or something, man. I'm gonna have to be like, look. So just, I don't know, and I don't be really tripping, but my sister got one of the best bakeries in the Bay Area, yo. She putting one in the new Chase Center right now. They contacted her. You feel me? And I ain't just putting people information out because, you know, it be all kind of stuff. But I was even talking to her about food trucks. She got like one of them delivery trucks. But I'm on this hype. See, all right, these numbers is kind of more realistic. And see, they got sales over here. Look, they did 500,000 in transactions. See, that's what we want to see. The other dude was probably scamming. And look right here, they'll let you get just one. Now, are you telling me this is true? Yes, it's true. His main market is North America. This is the same trailer that other guy is selling for a markup on that other page are very similar to it. 1,500. I'm sorry, I don't care what nobody else doing. Even if you just bought it, got it to the US, went through the process of registering it and just redumped it, man, I ain't putting that under 10 racks. I don't care what y'all say. Somebody gonna try to snatch that so quick for 10 racks. It's kind of small, but 1,500, I ain't mad. No AC, and you probably keep a small plan. Like, this is what I'm trying to say. What pressure you got to sell anything when this thing cost you 1,500? I could just use it for like when we camping and RVing. I attach that on the back of my RV just to be chilling. Like, go use the pull-along kitchen. You don't even have to apply it to commercial purposes. This is much better than, yeah, I feel better than talking about El Shaddai, though. I just didn't have nothing else to talk about. Let me just go get some water. So they done, Alibaba says they're a verified supplier. They've been on here for 8 years. Their delivery time has been 94% on time, and they have done $500,000 in transactions. They got 5-star reviews. I know there's some more research to do, but we can't be out here acting like life is over. What? Please. I took so hard out of here. It's really small though. Probably one cook and one helper, but it's an asset. This ain't a depreciable asset either. Like you know what I'm saying? It might be really a depreciable asset, but I'm saying like this, if you're making money in it, you're gonna make more than the price of it go down. A mobile recording booth. See, y'all got good ideas. And notice how none of our ideas infringe upon each other. We got this concept that if we share ideas, then I'm gonna take your idea and, man, I'm in Oakland. You should be wanting me to take your idea if it make money for you, because it's not gonna affect you in Chicago. If we was thinking properly, we franchise it. And if our ideas were so similar, we make sure they're exactly similar. And then you getting yours over there. Now we got locations in different locations. 2,500 for this one food truck? They're crazy, man. So that's what it's gonna be. So what we gonna call it? Since you can have fun with it and it ain't all that serious, like this 2,500, it's gonna be called something that got to do with, what's today? Now that's looking real deal Holyfield. Let's look at this. If you have this in America, notice something. Let's stop. It got crank. It got regular cranks. You want to change these. Anybody like me and you gonna put some hydraulics back here, make it worth something more. But it got turn crank levelers. I don't even got that right now. You know what I'm saying? That's old school. So when I pull up like in the RV and we in the and like this something the old rich white people do to you too. You outside turning your cranks and they got the higher technology and they just go boo, and they start going boom, 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 and you outside with a turn crank going, sweating and shit. Because they could afford that better technology. So I'm just pointing that out that this is one of these. It don't matter though. You could take these off and put hydraulics on there. Not even hard. And they got them in the front too. So this ain't just that fun. It ain't that fun. You leveling this yourself. You might have to go step back in and be like, this still ain't level. Go re-level. You know what I'm saying? But so what? I'm just pointing out those little points. Anyway, this is fun to look at. It's much better than doing some stupid stuff. I've been talking to my wife about letting this be our way to go into the restaurant business, but I noticed that a lot of people see all of their things don't got no hydraulic jacks or no automatic leveling system, which you think that ain't nothing, but in the long run, you doing that every day. Or whenever that's fat though. Like you could do Rock the Bell, you could do any festival with something this size, and it got a little rear porch. So I got to get in touch with this guy, and they're verified. This is the same verified seller. Let's see what's the cheapest thing they got though. That's what we be looking for. That's what I be looking for. They got some weird ones that you'll be, if you had enough heart to bring it into America, you actually be on some other stuff. Like, but everybody ain't got that much heart. But you definitely gonna make your sales because you was the first person. Like this. You bring one of these into America, you about to make paper. Let me see. Because you're gonna make paper because of what your setup looked like. Look. The little food bikes, well, this ain't as small as one. Maybe I could be wrong. But if you seen something like that, smelling some type of smoothies, and then you got to have your marketing right. So you want to market it like your product is foreign. Like, you know, sell some Asian ice cream in there, you know what I'm saying, or something. Anyway, that's 3 bands. And it drive. So I'm going to change the title of this video. Y'all want to hear about El Shaddai, read my article. And by the time we finish doing this, by the time I finish talking about this, we can
in the back.
So you got it for 2 G's.
Food truck might not look like a marvel of modern engineering. Instead of a typical lead acid battery pack, the designers outfitted it with a Lion 48-volt 45 AH battery that already saves you from having to spend a few $100 on lithium-ion batteries from Amazon.
Let's see you drive.
More than the last chalupa at the machine company that made this for occasionally to. Dang, this thing is getting cooler by the minute.
But 2 G's?
So here's the thing. I'm probably not going to give up my uber glamorous job of thankless journalism for a new career path as a food truck proprietor.
Nah, this is something to have, man. This is something to have, bro. You only got to hit festivals. You know what I'm saying? You only got to hit festivals or whatever. Yes. I'll be on all of this. And it was, you know, me and my wife be watching people on YouTube to get inspired from them. What about the home? You see the little girl made $1 million out of her food truck, and she started with a donut. She started with a donut fryer, y'all. What's up, Robinson? I hope this is inspirational. And if not, y'all come inspire me. I need it. You know, cool towers for water. So she started with a donut fryer and made $1 million. $1 million on a food truck, bro.
Welcome back, everyone. Mariah Monetize here, and in today's video, I'm going to be going...
Mariah Monetize. You know what I'm saying? You can learn, we all can learn something from Mariah Monetize.
Over how I started my own food truck business, basically by myself at the age of 20 after dropping out of college. So 3 months ago, I put out a poll.
Oh yeah, that truck could be kicked over.
69% of you said yes. You wanted to hear the story behind starting a food truck business in California. If you saw my recent
and we in Cali too.
The 8 reasons why I
well, you can watch our videos for yourself, but she'll detail how, man, she started smaller than we talking about smaller starting. Look, She started with donuts at a little booth like that. One of them booths costs $1,000. I got one of those, but it's for business purposes. I mean, for other business purposes. It's for selling merchandise, not food. You know what I'm saying? She made a meal ticket though, she said. I ain't never not believing that.
And I asked her, hey.
So I looked up this donut fryer too, like that'd be fun. With the girls, the daughters out making mini donuts.
So Yummy Mini Donuts was created. I'll never forget the day I was sitting in my mom's kitchen and I asked her, hey, if I was to start a food-related business and you were in charge of making the food, what would you want to make? She brought up the mini donuts that she had seen at the local county fair, and by the end of the day, we had a mini donut fryer going in our garage as we were already practicing making mini donuts for our new business venture. So
all right, I'm gonna tell y'all the next Oakland boss I'm about to try to interview gonna be my man Tyranny. He owns Winky Dinky Dogs. He owns a bunch of things. He has an art gallery downtown Oakland, barbershops, all kind of stuff. We're gonna interview my man Tyranny to talk about how he set up Winky Dinky Dogs and stuff.
The business, we were technically partners. She was like, hey, just pay yourself back first, and then, we'll figure it out later, going 50-50 on things. We split all the responsibilities, but technically from the beginning, my mom was my business
Salads
partner.
is good.
So
Salads is really good.
Machine to all the local farmers markets, small events, small festivals.
I'm still gonna talk about El Shaddai. I got time on my hand. Them fights was weak yesterday. I wasted time. I could have been building with y'all. Hold on, hey, thanks for taking care of my mans too. And I always appreciate y'all when y'all boom, when you grab your phone and you point it at the TV screen and go boop. Or when you just hit the Smashrock on Cash App. It's always appreciated. I always put that commercial up there because since I started doing that, people been Cash Apping me on older videos because I made it easy for them.
And very quickly I realized, okay, this is a hobby. I need to turn this into a business. So what I did was I made the executive decision to purchase a custom built food truck trailer.
There we go.
And it was gonna cost about $55,000 at the time.
See?
My mom was like,
She went 55 racks, bro. And we over here looking at the China ones. They talking about 1,500. Now, depending on how you set it up and what you do, because I wouldn't drive all of them either, right? But there are ones I would drive. It depends on what application you're talking about. Now, believe it or not, they'll sell me this for $1,000 to $3,000, and the minimum order is one set. I'm going to, y'all about to see some YouTubes, so we're going to go through this experience together. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to do the whole process, the buying process and everything. Now, these people only got $90,000 in transactions, but they do have a 100% delivery rating. If they got 90,000 in transactions and they cost about a G, let's say they probably sold 30 to 90 of these things through Alibaba, and ain't nobody complained. You still want to do more research into who the Shandong Tom Zong food truck company is. But come on, man. Now, I don't want to drive this. I'm going to get it, put it online, damn near put it on. I'll put it on any car rental service and be like, shh, come on. Like, you could get this for what? $200 a day. Who ain't going to try to get this to take this to a festival? If they wreck it, they're going to be responsible for they can't drive it. You can only drive it onto the festival grounds, but you got to tow it on a trailer. Man, please. Nobody under the sound of my voice couldn't be pulling this off. Like, oh yeah, there go the ones I'm looking for. See, that the ones that are styled like this is going to sell you more money because kids is going to have a hard time walking past these, which is going to put pressure on the parents. And if the mom see how cute it is like this, well, they go yourself. Man, they doing numbers. 3 racks to 6 racks. So notice these ain't powered. These are all powered by electric engines. And some of them, when I looked at the videos, they be driving as fast as a golf cart. So don't think just because it drive that it's like got a Ford motor. But they actually do drive. Now look at this. 3 to 6 racks, y'all. If you had the gall to get this into America, so many people at the festival. Now this is what I would do with this one. I would give a different, unique experience. You give people the restaurant experience inside of a festival. So I would just mess around and make it be, well, if you got the space inside, yeah, it got some seating back there. Yep, yeah, we own it right now. We own it. And everything we talking about is in the ballpark. Ain't nothing out here like, couldn't nobody do this. So this look crazy. They got a mobile trolley food truck where it's designed to actually look like it's a mobile trolley. This is for somebody who got some land somewhere, right? But the reason why they're able to make these so cheap is because they're not built up to no type of drivable safety standards. They really just are to be driven. You know, like dude said he would never drive it because it's made out of some type of sheet metal. So you probably could tap it and hear how flimsy it is. But that's not stopping you from being parked and being economic with it. So it's just something fun to look at. Now, close down some of this stuff. You know what? I ain't played no games in heck of long, but I think I'm about to set my steering wheel back up, man. Take life too serious. I'm about to just go back to chilling. I'm gonna go back into virtual reality. I ain't been in the VR in a while. Someone said, man, I charge for 5 minutes AC and some mist and fans. For real, that's the cheapest one. You can have a cooling room, private. I mean, you could call that like a rentable private backstage, the blow room. It could be whatever. And since it's so, after you got it all paid off, you could do whatever with it. Or you could, I mean, man, that's off the hook. But I'll be in this, I'll be doing this. I get to looking on Alibaba and looking for jokes. So what I'm on now is I'm not on that made in America no more. I'm about to start doing this. Let me see, backhoe. Because I need a backhoe, right? And you could get a cheap ass backhoe on here and they really work. You can see people on YouTube with them. But if you try to go buy this in America, you're going to be spending hella money. So that's an excavator, not really a backhoe. But look at this, dude. You wouldn't believe this. 2 to 4 racks for a backhoe. Now, if you get it in America, and it's functioning and working, but do you know? Come on, dude. Do you think it's gonna fall apart and not pick nothing up? Well, they don't. They got 100% delivery time. They did plus 20 transactions, but I would want a stronger vendor. You might want to pay a few more G's to get a stronger vendor. But this is a real, I mean, this is crazy. So then you gotta run it by YouTube. Chinese Alibaba backhoe. Look, people in America like, bro, what you doing?
Hello, you are watching the channel Review Machines.
No, they're not in
This
America.
channel is about most interesting machines for work and fun.
I want to find somebody who got one.
Turbo backhoe.
Cheap mini excavators. Chinese excavators. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Jason. So what we're going to do a little different video today, and I'm going to talk about what is the realistic price that you will be paying for one of these little excavators in the U.S. domestic
A mobile
market.
pawn shop.
Okay? So if you have not done so, please hit subscribe or like, and let's get started. So first, it's very hard to compare these machines just because they vary so much. Like this one in the video, you see it has no covers. It has no cover for the hydraulic components, hoses. For me, I would not get that just because in my work situation, something's gonna fall.
You're gonna step on
and
something.
the hydraulic hose is gonna get snagged. It's gonna break off. But if it works for you,
but you could build a cover for that,
you
man.
You can get one, and you can get one for less than. These excavators has become.
Oh, you said that backhoe was just a shovel attachment for that amount? I doubt it. They would have to give you more than that, bro. They gotta give you. They ain't just giving you the shovel attachment, is it? Let's see. That's a good observation, though. All right, though. Even this excavator right here, you get the real, it says 2-ton operational weight. It's a crawler excavator. You're going to really get the whole excavator. And this is where they making these cheap tools, but man, you could get something done. I got some land to play around on, like to do some stuff. Like, let's see. That's going to you're going to fall over, huh? Oh, he said one is fully operational. Okay. So now when we talk about jukes and stuff like that, it's funny because what's up with the 3D printer? My man had the 3D printer, and I'm like, oh man, we could cake up off the 3D printer. Particularly, I'll be thinking about stuff that people don't be thinking about. And it might not be, and my man's an architect, right? So I'm like, really, you could design car parts too, not real car parts. See, I'll be in the RC car parts. But with a 3D printer, I don't know how I put.
.3D printing farm tour video here if you want to check that out.
He made his first 5 racks by just buying a 3D printer, man. Come on, man.
In 2021, I did 150,000 in sales. But I know a guy getting on YouTube telling you how he made hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales isn't really helpful, and it's very unrelatable. I can't relate to those videos myself when I see them. So my goal here is hopefully just to give a very down-to-earth video that the average ordinary person can relate.
He says you got a 3D printer. Yeah, I want to get one too. My man's got one too. What's been the application of your 3D printer? Have you found any, I know it's probably not a commercial 3D printer, but I really don't know that. I assume it has a personal application, but have you found any commercial use for your 3D printer?
This is not going to be a formula by any means, but I'm just going to kind of peel back the curtain and just show you what that first $5,000 looked like for me. So I bought a Creality CR10 back in early 2018 to pursue a product idea that I had. I've always been kind of more on that product invention idea kind of spectrum. That product idea didn't pan out, and now I had a $400 printer sitting on my kitchen table collecting dust.
A $400, that's all he paid? $400?
It was sitting on my kitchen table because my wife and I live in a small one-bedroom apartment at that time, and there was nowhere else to put it. So I figured, heck, let me at least try and get my money back on this printer. So me just being a layperson, not having any marketing experience whatsoever, I figured, heck, let me just put an ad on Craigslist and see if I can get any side jobs to make money with this thing. This is the original ad that I put up on.
It is the type of people I like to watch their businesses to show you can do it, man. This dude said he bought a 3D printer, didn't have no skills at using it, but was just like, I'm not a business, I'm just a regular dude who loves designing and prototyping things. I recently bought a 3D printer and I would love to give others the chance to bring their passion to life when not using it. Shoot me an email of what you want to print and let's work out a price. God.
On Craigslist over
I'm doing
3 years
this,
ago.
by the way.
3D printing prototyping services. Need to 3D print something but don't want to get charged an arm and a leg? I'm not a business, I'm just a regular dude who loves designing and prototyping things. I recently bought a 3D printer and thought I'd give others the chance to bring their passions to life while I'm not using it. Shoot me an email of what you want to print and we'll work out a price. So this just made sense in my mind, just doing something simple. I don't have a business name, I don't have a logo, I don't have any of that stuff. I'm just starting super simple. They suck. They suck bad. They're super detailed. I can't get.
Anyway, you could watch his video, but I just was on that like that. Like, I mean, now I done done enough, you know, that's cool. I like looking into that stuff. I could do this all day. Oh, here go another good one, bro. Come on, man. I forgot Alibaba, not even Alibaba, Amazon. Let me give you some game. Oh my God. Here goes some game, bro. It ain't even $100. I love putting my $100 hustles on here. Watch this, Amazon. Now, one color print press. Dude, they got these cheap one color print presses on Amazon. You wouldn't even believe it. But you want a desktop, right? So let me click this. Screen printing. That's what I said, print press. I should say screen print. One color screen print. I don't want to press. This is say one color screen print. Oh, I guess I do want to press. Look at this tabletop, bro. It's a now they got 4 color tabletops. For screen printing, for making t-shirts and having your shirt business. And you know how things have been democratized and you could do it at your house now. Look at this. Told you it ain't $100, but this is digital heat. Heat pressing ain't really good. This ain't the one you want. You want screen printing. Heat pressing is like them cheap shirts when you walk through the mall and they be having at the kiosk, like we'll put any design on your shirt. That's still only $100 to do. But what I wanted to show is screen printing, which is this top one. Thank you. This is 4 colors, y'all. And it's a desktop. So let me show you what I mean. Because people be forgetting to take this and pop it in YouTube. Oh, I gotta go holler over there. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see, vector screen print. So this is the screen printer, bro. The famous Amazon screen printing press.
Let's talk about the famous.
Dude, look at him. Whole businesses, man, that costs 100 and 200 bones to make 4 color t-shirts.
Amazon press. Let's go.
So I'm about to give one of these to one of my daughters as a gift and see how far she go with it.
What's up, YouTube? My name is Milo. I'm a full-time screen printer, and yes, I work from my garage. But today we're gonna talk about the blue press, the famous blue Amazon press, the Chinese press, the cheap press. It has a lot of names, but that's the press that we're gonna talk about. So let's get right to the video. So there was 2 reasons why I got the press. First reason was it was only 125, and to be honest, that's the only thing I could afford at the moment.
Thank you.
So I'm like, man, might as well, let's get it, and we'll go from there. Second reason was
so I got these big old school presses too. Now I got, like I said, we got those in storage, but look, those outdated and there's nothing to do with it really no more. You see,
I kept looking at YouTube videos, you know.
They're not all the way outdated, but you know what I mean. They take up a lot of space.
I'm doing my research, and I got hooked on the channel called Ray's Entrepreneur, and he kind of convinced me on getting the press, and I went from there. And to be honest, I don't regret nothing because look at where we at right now. So yes.
Thank you.
So now let's talk about the press.
He started with the cheap Chinese press, and he like, I don't regret nothing. Look at what we at right now. Shit.
It's
So why we ain't gonna do this, man? I'm told you, just go back to being an individual. Don't care why other people don't do it. My homies do it.
4-color, 1-station press. What that means is you can only do one shirt at a time, and it can only hold 4 screens at a time. So this means that you can do up to a 4-color design on white shirts and a 3-color design on black shirts, because black shirts need an underbase, so it takes away 1 color. So now, just because it holds 4 colors doesn't mean you can do 4 colors on this press. So now, the reason why I say this press cannot do 4 colors is because it doesn't carry micro registrations. What micro registrations do, they help you kind of connect all the screens together. Plus, there's a lot of things in this press that can do.
So he letting you know.
It's a cheap press, so you pay, you get for what you pay for. Another reason why you can do multiple colors
So let me just tell y'all something.
this registration game is Milo.
Just on the real, I got around that too. Just do 1 color. If you got a $100 press, just do 1 color shirts. And you could vary that color, the design. You could have a red logo, green logo. Until you can step your game up, you just got to deal with 1 color. But it's, dude, you're starting for 200 bones.
This one, see, this one's tight. Now, a little bit of movement throws the whole design out. Now, this is really important because if you're doing a very detailed design and you're off registration by like a millimeter, it would throw the whole thing off. For example, let's say that it's a design with buildings. Let's say it's buildings, and you throw in the first color. Now you're gonna throw in the second color. Let's say the second color is the windows. You put the windows, and you try to print it. Now, and it's a little bit off. Let's say a little millimeter. The windows are gonna be like flying out the building, if that makes sense. You know, it won't line up on the right way that you want it, and it's because this doesn't provide consistency. You know, you could probably do 1 or 2 prints good. Now the rest are gonna come out pretty bad because
Well, he could, like I said, you could always watch these people's videos to see the whole thing. But like a gift for a child, that's 200 bones that could get them. Now this is a 1-station screen printer. And I would even recommend getting the 1-station, because then you ain't gonna never have to worry about, like he was talking about, the micro registrations of the different colors. You could just do the 1 color. Okay, so I'm off that. That's cool. That was. Oh yeah, you gotta, it's more, it's definitely, we was just talking about the press was $200. But even the ink is gonna be more. And even all the things you need to, you need more than just that. But just to be practical, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Smash, you need 3D printed parts for the jet ski. I probably do need something, but that I'll be working on that 1 ski that I'm working on. But I probably wouldn't be able to give you the specs to it. You know what I'm saying? Probably wouldn't be able to give you the specs to it. And it's cool. Where was I at though? Yeah, it's cool. So I had recommended just so earlier when I was starting out, I recommended that people visit this article. This Shaddai article. And if it stands that we agree with some of the things put forward in here, then we have to bow down to the fact that we done brought forth some new meaning to the term El Shaddai. It'll be about 1,500 would be a solid number for a startup. Word up. And yeah, that sounds about right. Cause you need to get some shirts. You could definitely start it for way cheaper than that. But because really the way that you probably want to do it is like some drop shippers. Meaning that you probably don't want to press up hella shirts that you already got you got that burn, you got it burnt, you got your design burnt onto the screen. You probably don't want to just press up hella shirts for the fun of it. I would press them up, do based on demand or orders. So you get some orders, you could just run in your room and press that shirt up, send it out. You know what I mean? But what's up though? I don't know who y'all still out there or what. Let's see. See if anybody want to tap in with a Zoom. Get a build going or not. Whatever y'all want to build on, I would like to talk about. Oh yeah, I was gonna go in on the Amen in the Coptic Bible. I forgot all about that. But it's cool. It's whatever, y'all. It's whatever we want to do. So always talk about the paper, man. Forget the rest of it. I ain't trying to sit around and convince you how I'm right about stupid shit all day. And recreating and making up new shit. You know what I'm saying? Cats be like, this is what I meant. Oh, damn, I put the wrong thing up there. I didn't mean to put that. Let me change that. Oh, I meant to put the link to a Zoom if anybody want to build. Invite link, copy invite link. Share that thing. Thanks for liking the video. That says 41 people watching, 36 likes. That's cool. Appreciate that. It ain't always got to be 500 people. It ain't never been 500 people. Ooh, come on, let's build though. Somebody want me to help you? No, I ain't helping nobody write a proposal. You can use ChatGPT for that. Click the link that I just shared. Somebody said I'm real solid in them debates. Darius said that. I appreciate you, Darius. You know, they ain't even never seen me in no real debate since Kemet on trial, and I smashed them to his heads. My presentation from that is still online, but not my whole presentation. But let me see. If you type Semen in the spine, you'll see how good reception that video got from the YouTube world. So first of all, this is funny. This is what you're about to laugh at. I did a presentation called Semen in the Spine in order to reveal some ancient Egyptian knowledge. I appreciate you, Robinson. I mean, some of us is just like each other, man. Everybody ain't. But some of us is, though. Now, if I go look at how many views this video got on YouTube for my page, should be in the 30,000s or something. It got 31,000 from 6 years ago, right? And this video is called Semen and the Spine. Now watch this. Cats be like, what you get from Kemet, believe it or not. First of all, I don't know about anything sexual prowess or all of that stuff or the things that make you desirable to a woman, man. You can learn a lot about that by studying Kemet. You can master some of the biggest setbacks and fears that one might even have sexually by studying Kemet. You just got to know what literature you're reading and what science to extract. And so let me break this down. Because in refuting the pseudo claims of the Hebrews when they were attacking Kemet, and they were saying that there was all kind of deviousness in Kemet, they found a particular text that dealt with the hindquarters and seed, or it dealt with the hindquarters and semen. And so they misused this text to be like, there was sexual deviance in Egypt. They was like, look, what is the seed doing by the hindquarters? That sound weird. And so the funny part is, I went into the Kemetic literature, I went into Arabic literature, and also ancient Greek literature and other places, even the Bible, and start bringing out information that showed one thing: it was high science about semen in the spine. And so this is what I call the presentation. I'm just gonna go re-edit this video and call it Sunday School real quick. I don't got to do that. I can do that while the presentation is on. But my information though, like this right here, what we about to see, is qualified by primary source material as well as modern medicine. So in theory, I'm gonna put together some Kemetic help for black men or all men, but I'm gonna have to charge for that package because I can show things that you learn out of Kemet that'll make you a better man to any woman that you encounter, or even women that you've encountered previously, women that you've known previously. But see, this has come to be some of the sacred high science. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do a whole, I'm gonna go on and put that together. That's gonna be the best selling product in the whole community. How not to be no sucker. They had that, no sexual sucker. They had that all in Kemet. And so some of the knowledge right here that I'll show you right here in this video, I hope y'all can be mature as we talk about some mature shit, even though it's Sunday and my language ain't appropriate. Right? I definitely hope y'all can be mature. You can make a cigar. Oh yeah, you probably further back in the video, Mark. Because if your comment was you can make a cigar lounge out of it, you might be looking at the part of the video where we were talking about those food trucks. All right. But what I was talking about here, oh dang, I didn't even play this up. So what I was talking about here, how this type of research help you in other parts of your life, and I put forth, bruh, this is some real magi shit, I put forth an attestation in New York. I flew from Oakland to New York to reveal this high science to some Hebrews because they was vilifying Egypt, right? My presentation was called Semen in the Spine. I knew they wasn't ready for nothing high science like that, but let's look at the real world results. The real world result of my knowledge and information, bro. First of all, 31,000 views, Semen in the Spine, right? But look at the results, bro. You're going to be amazed. First of all, some type of groups that deal with these type of inefficiencies. When I talk about, so it's hard to talk around these things and still be proper. But let's look at this. My video, Semen in the Spine. I don't know these people commenting. Somebody from 3 years ago says, I've been doing semen retention for about 4 years now. So I can say that this will make you have a better understanding, offering everything beyond what you see, what you hear, and what you feel. And you will notice that your spiritual side is growing faster and stronger. This is on a video I produced with some high science that could help men. Particularly, what we learn is that a back injury affects your prowess, affects your virility, and a back injury, you might not know it, but a back injury could start you not to be able to, it's hard to explain this to men and use the proper word. It won't cause erectile dysfunction, but it might give you weak propulsion. Okay? And women don't like that. And you don't want to be dude. Like your water hose ain't got no pressure. You know what I'm saying? You just dripping or whatever. No, you weak. And so look, this is what I'm talking about. Now look at this. Semen and the spine, this is the real ancient Egyptian science, but look at what the world, not me, but the world has been referring to this information I revealed for. This is interesting because I just completed 11 days of semen retention, and I describe this experience as strengthening your backbone, figuratively. This says, dear sir, can you please share these slides via a shareable link? This is amazing insight into semen retention. These are people who ain't even tripping off what we be talking about. But this is proof and more receipts that you can go into Kemet, get some knowledge, bring it back out into the world, and it's helping men in their actual real lives. I didn't ask for these attestations. Thanks for the effort. Very informative. God bless you. Great job, Jonathan. Thank you. Do it over and you'll get more feedback. Let's see. Look, feeling like a king. He's on day 305 of retention. Now, this is what must have happened. Some groups that was probably trying to teach men how to be more more manly around their women or with women have probably found my information and shared it with their groups. And obviously they're qualifying my information. They not on here like you don't know what you're talking about. And I hope anyone ain't being led off of any of the mature things we're discussing. Because ultimately in my video, what I reveal is that back injuries, your virility, thank you. That's what I was the word I was searching for, is that back injuries, and it was known in ancient history and it's known now, back injuries will mess up your virility. And in a sense, we pinpointed it to it's directly linked to the strength of propulsion. So how you push forward you might not, I don't have to go there. So it's related to your back. So now this is a 44-minute video. I'm not going to show it all, But I just wanted to show you first, the information is qualified by people who've been pulling it off. Look, this dude got thank you, putting hearts up here. Like I helped him in his real life with his woman or something. You feel me? And somebody said, I've been feeling a calling to go into I'm going to call it SR because I don't want to keep saying semen retention. But I've been feeling a calling on going into SR, sun gazing around yoga. I don't know why that person was attracted to my information. It says this God has because, so I'm going to put together a whole package for the man for real. Because there's a package you can put together that'll make you feel like a superhero. And we was doing it in Kemet. And you can see it in some of the deities and some of the natures when it comes to virility and endowment and all of the things. But that's the part about Kemet cats don't know. You better get up out that Greek shit, bro. You're going to be so Greek. But let's play some of this video and we're going to talk about it.
What up?
Oh, so furthermore, this wasn't the actual presentation. This was me reiterating it. So even some of the sisters that might see some lack in your brothers or something, I don't believe nothing in no sun gazing, but my daughters be talking about sun gazing. I tried to tell them it wasn't it. That ain't it. You're going to just hurt your eyes. But this thing is corroborated by science. And so, again, this presentation you're about to hear, I probably won't go through the whole thing. I'll go through some key points in it. But just know that my audio was not as good back then. This is probably 10, 11 years ago.
Just testing something out, trying to see. I want to put this presentation online, but I don't know if it's going to show my whole screen. So I'm just about to do it quick. Being lazy, I probably should just do that. But it's the old homework, semen in the spine. See, I had cartoons all in my shit. Just because I was playing with it because the knowledge and the information was cool. I told him in metal nature the word for semen is mutut or metut. I don't know if you guys can see my cursor, but I'll be able to tell once I finish this test. But if you see the phallus right here, right now you see multiple phalli, but if you see the phallus right here, that's ideogram or a phonogram for met, the root word of metu. The root is not met. Now see, I don't want to even get into the teaching yet until I can see if brain is shown properly. So, and I can't really double check that by myself. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go double check this to see if it was working. Oh, I could probably just ask somebody, but I ain't on YouTube. Let me go get on YouTube. You know, I didn't even, you know, I was just trying. I guess I could just proceed and cut this part out the video. And when I edit
let me
it
catch up with myself.
So let me see something.
I'm surprised people
kind of protests in Oakland today. I didn't know nothing about. I'm like, damn, ain't nobody told me about the protest.
Stay on track, Cass. Let's go.
Heard there was 60,000 women downtown protesting. I could have taken my daughters.
Let's get back on the subject.
Oh well, I'm gonna do this for real. Hold on.
I'm trying to set it up.
You know, there are no vowels. Explain to you the phrase that we're talking about for scholastic purpose.
So I probably could just use these slides and do the presentation over because I was talking hecka much. I'm just gonna pause out. So in metal netter, the word we have for semen is mutut or metut. We're reading from the right to left here, and we see, again, I said we see multiple phalli, but you'll notice as you see the second phallus, the one in the rear. Oh, JJ, don't have me switch up and beat you up just because you ain't even accepted on no other platforms, but the Hebrews could always come to the Magi, right? You could come up out that den, and I probably could get you back in the Kemet because that's how we do. You know, you need some help, you come talk to the Magi, bro. Other than that, don't come over here trying to get beat up. I'll scrape you. I got El Shaddai right on the screen. You know anything about that? Otherwise, let me keep on teaching. But shout out to you, JJ. Glad to have you back out here. In metal netta, the word for semen is mutut or metut. And as I showed, the second phallus over here represents seed. Let's see. I'm just going to turn this old volume down, right? And I'm going to skip forward using it like this. And now the root is going to, I'll just let it play and see what happens. The root for metut is met. So this is one way to say phallus. Now, there are other ways to refer to the phallus in metal nature. All right, but met is one of the ways, and we need to address the met term because what we learn is the wordplay kind of like tell you which is the chief terms. So what's the wordplay in hinnet or whatever our other term is for phallus? What's the opposite of a hinnet? Or whatever the is really not there. But if we do it with the term met, phallus, and then we get metu, which is seed, what's the opposite of that? It's gonna be poison and death. All right, so look, we can see that semen and the phallus were related linguistically by sound and by meaning. All right, met was the phallus, but metu, plural, that ain't plural phalluses. That is the seed that comes out the phallus, metu. Normally you put a u at the end to make it plural, but plurality dealing with the phallus is not phalli. No, it is the product of the phallus, which is metu. All right, you feel me? Well, let's keep going. See, I be hoping I can speak about this stuff without ever making it sound nasty or vulgar. You know what I'm saying? So I'm loving them. I'm expanding my vocabulary to, you know, and not to just be like, because with the, so I was teaching this a long time ago. It's time for a lesson in Kemetic wordplay. All right? A little lesson in Kemetic wordplay. And so we're going to get it in. I don't know how long I was intending to talk on these slides, but I'm redoing an old presentation from years ago to show how some of the Kemetic science really help you in your real life if you get to a stage where you can understand it. And then you might be more of a stud. So let's look at this. In metal nature, the word mutu, what do it also mean? Yeah, he said hinnet. But it ain't no reciprocal for hinnet like it is for this one, which gives us some understanding that metu, which also means poison, it gave the reader some type of, I don't want to say a problem, but it gave the reader, like, what do they mean here? Do they mean seed or do they mean poison? So what's the opposite of life? Death. And what's mutu means poison, but what does met mean? What does met mean? So we got the opposites. We got the complete opposites of life and seed. We got poison and death. Because met, as we'll find out whenever this next slide turns, is going to mean death. Come on, slide. I don't want to be just, you know, I'm going to just let it do its thing. Met mean death. So now we got, what do we have? We have met for phallus. We have metu for seed. We also got met for death right here, as you see. And we got metu for poison. So when we talk about ancient Egyptian wordplay, that is synonymous with a lot of key terms that they dealt with for a minute. They would have kind of like the invert of a term. But I don't want to state it, but in this instance, we see the concepts inverted like terms relating to bringing life and death with the same consonants. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it in and let's see how some of this research start helping people actually. I wish I could go find this old original presentation. Now, there are many ways to say spine in Medu Neter. We got Tesh or whatever, Ayat, and Pasaj. Pasaj is one that's used real often. Tash or TCHES, or what, how you say that, Tashesh, whatever, would be vertebrae or spine. Ayat being the back or a spine of a man. And then we got, again, Pasaj being your back. So watch how this could start to work, and watch how we learn what they knew in Kemet and what they thought in Kemet. JJ, you want to get some hands put on? I'll bring you right on the chat, bruh. We'll have some fun with El Shaddai after this. Now, I said in my book, Magi, a Handbook for the Conscious Community, I argue beyond a shadow of a doubt that there is a term concerning the lower back that European Egyptologists have misdefined. I think I argued it beyond a shadow of a doubt, but, you know, at least I mounted the argument. Now, this term is going to probably be dealing with aret, or the hindquarters. But let's see if I'm right. I don't know if I remember this presentation all the way. So, but I hope y'all following this, right? The first fact was stated that when dealing with the phallus, they had a concept, wordplay concept between life and death, between seed and poison. Why would the slide need to stay on for this long? I don't know. So this term is aret. This is what I asked Divine to read. This is such a simple term, right? We had cats running around acting like they read Medu Neter. Here I go, fly to the East Coast to have a debate with these dudes. All out of bounds. And I just got all the cards to show that they some phonies. So I'm like, you read Medu Neter? What that say? It's like 1,500 people in the crowd, quiet. He get the mumble bumbling. He got the mumble fumbling. It was hella funny. He was like, well, you see, when you take the when you I was like, no. And the crowd was like, oh. This is a simple term, aret. And of course, I don't think that people who don't say they read Medu Neter should know how to read it. But anyone who say they read Medu Neter, if you can't read this word, you don't. This is not even like the word cat or hat or rat. It's like three, aret, bruh. And so this term that I'm scrutinizing has been labeled as the oral, not oral, but the anal orifice or what have you. And that's what they say that this means. And so we see the hindquarters of some type of an animal. It might be the hindquarters of a lion, which lets us know that aret, the term, is probably related to hindquarters. All right. Now, again, this led them to mistranslate certain texts by limiting the semantic range of this term to hindquarters or anus. So that when people found text with semen in relation to the hindquarters or the anus, they didn't know how to appropriate it. And they used modern cultural norms or whatever to appropriate ancient science. So this is when they missed the science of how what they was teaching men back then. Y'all with me? Y'all following it? They kind of like limited the semantic range of aret. I don't really want to say mistranslated at this point. I will say limited the semantic range. And like I said, when they found Muktu in conjunction with aret, what type of translations do you think they formed? Muktu being the phalli or seed, and aret being the hindquarters. You see, I want to stop here for a moment to see if we on track. Is we on track? Or if we are at track? Commission adept, bruh. That boy on his best video get 10 views live, bruh. Like, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect to Commission, but the information ain't there, JJ. You can never sit on Commission and try to come on. I wouldn't even do that. I gave Commission all the advice I could give him. And if you go back and watch that video, nothing I said was wrong. It was all solid. So I'm getting some ones in the chat. Y'all with me still? So somebody tell me what you think the Europeans translated when they seen ancient Egyptian texts with the Muktu in relation to the aret. What they do with Doc? What them do with Doc? I don't know what accent that was supposed to be. Yeah, thank you, Brother Grimm. That's exactly what they translated when they seen Muktut in relationship to the aret. Thanks for putting the ones in the chat. When they seen Semen in relationship to the hindquarters, they translated homosexual translations. And we're just going to pinpoint some of the error in that and show how a lot of the high science was missed. All right. And so the high science is now found in modern Western medicine as of recent developments that help men who are having problems once we start researching erectile dysfunction. All right. And so again, like, man, Kemet to help you. You see, look, man, how did the gods represent themselves in Kemet? Did any of the deities look like they had a problem with dysfunction? So they had that figured out. And I'm gonna package this into a nice little another package because, you know, some game is to be sold. It can help some brothers out. So this and as I see, we got the proof in the pudding, all these attestations and testaments, people all in the chat talking about, not this chat, but the chat to this video talking about thank you, how much this helped them. Because they learned that their lower back was holding them back sexually. Who else could teach you that? You got to come sit with the Magi. So this mistranslation made it convenient for Egyptologists to superimpose their modern views on ancient literature, resulting in Europeans claiming that they found claims of homosexuality in Kemet. Okay. Yeah, we got plenty of remedies. I mean, plenty of things that will make it so that you will never even have to consider those type of issues. But beyond that, bringing youthful vigor, you know, I wish I had the vocabulary to say some of the things I want to say, so I don't, so I'm not going to say them. But youthful vigor and other beneficial things can be found in nature to help you, but particularly in understanding our own anatomy. Right? So let's go. So first we need to learn a little bit about semen production. All right. There are over 15 pyramid texts. See, this was my homework. There are over 15 pyramid texts that show that ancient Egyptians thought that semen came from the bone, like marrow. We need to talk about what this led to, because it led to an understanding that they had that actually is coming into modern medicine. We know that that's not where these things are produced, but the relationship between the bones in your lower back and what one is able to bring forward is elemental. So let's go over this. So it says, oh, I thought I just showed. So I guess here we in a one pyramid text here, and it says it is he who creates his seed in the bones and in the belly. All right. Now notice here, when to say seed, they use the term for water, mu, and then they put an F after it, and they put the phallus to let you know what type of water they're talking about. Yeah, JJ, you might want to become a member of this channel, you know what I'm saying? Make sure everybody on their Kemet when it comes to their woman, no timid. You feel me? So look, mu, F, M, Kesu, M, Kat. Really dealing with the mu F, you see how they're staying. And now we got the making of, right here, we got the making. So the creating his seed right here, mu F. And the bones is that Kesu, and the belly, Kat. Okay? This is Edfu. So we got to analyze these texts first to see what they thought, to see how they figured out problems that we dealing with now in Western culture that ain't no African problem. Let's get to this next text if it ever scroll along. So it says, here's another ancient Egyptian text that let us know that they actually thought that the seed was made like marrow in the bones. Komamu, what we got, Kesu, Nater, Net, Shoot, or what have you, Shuhet, or Shoot, however you want to do that. And this translates to he who creates seed in the divine bones. You see the divine bones here, you still see the mu, right? That's the water of what? The water of the phallus, right? But not no P. I mean, no, excuse my language. They're talking, you know what they're talking about. Who creates seed, Kesu Nater, divine bones. All right, divine bones. And we got, so basically we see here is being created in the divine bones. So why does this make sense? It don't make sense, but modern medicine gonna show us how it actually makes sense and how it can be applied to your life, to or anyone's life, any male's life, if they ever come in play with a back injury. Or not even an injury. Stiff back, all that. So let's go. Another text, Ari mu, kes. We're familiar that kes is being used here as bones. Let's go back to that text. Hold on. Ari mu kes. Come on, let's get forward. Oh yeah, I'm about to package that up. I'm gonna have to talk to my wife. Package that up. So here we go, Ari mu kes. See? We still got the making, right, with the I. If you watch any of my videos, you could go back to any video and see how consistent metal nature is. It ain't been a video when we seen this I right here and where we didn't say it was related to making or creating. But unless we was telling you it had to do with the name of Wasir or Asar, then we got mu kes. So we know what that mu is because we've seen it in various other texts when relating to cast the bones. You feel me? And again, we're reading from left to right. I never pointed that out here, but yeah. So there's another attestation that shows that says that creates the seed in the bone. Now here we have which coagulates. And we can look at what word that was. Why is it moving so fast? I don't know. Let me go back. But we had one that said which coagulates the seed in the bone. All right, here it is. And then we have Dendera saying seed of the bones of the one who has created himself. So when you put the primaries on them and somebody say they didn't think that, they couldn't say they didn't think that, but what was they really thinking? They knew that that wasn't right. So it says, you might ask why Egyptians thought semen came from bones. And I'm going to do some shock value here to say because it did. But we know it really doesn't, but let's stop right here and talk about it. It's not produced there. It's not created there, but apparently we have some attachments to our, what is it, our coaxis? I forgot what these bones are called in the back, in your tailbone. There are attachments to your tailbone that make things happen. So it says modern science has caught up with Kemetic science, and we now know that males have semen emission centers. That's what they're called. Males have semen emission centers along the lower portion of their spine in the arete or in the hindquarters. Yes, this is true. And I'm gonna prove it. So you got these control centers in your lower spine. It ain't just in your mind. Right? And these control centers are more attached to, particularly the ones we pinpointed that they may have been talking about the ability to come forth from the bone in ancient Egyptian texts. Now we look at how the spine is divided. When we get down to the sacral nerves, right? Yeah, the coccyx or whatever. And when we get to the sacral nerves, basically, these have attachments to allow you to come forward. You know what I'm saying? And so it says, the spine is divided into 4 sections: the cervical, thoracic, lumbar, and sacral. All right. But we're going to be dealing with this blue section at the bottom. Cervical, thoracic, lumbar, and left. Now look, this is when it started getting to modern science, and we see that the ancient Egyptians wasn't tripping. The portion of the spine we will focus on are T10 to L2. All right. And if you're looking at that, you can see over here. If you want to know where you need to get your massage at, and you tell your woman the L2 to L4. Now, I ain't telling you that, But let's let the physical therapist tell you that when we get to that part. Particularly these down here, though, these are more in a different area, and this is what we start talking about the hindquarters around what they call the arete. Okay? So again, if you mess this science up, you're going to be teaching some whackness, and you're going to just be doing some deviance, trying to get to some high science. Now, the reflection erection, and I don't even want to have to read this, but here we go. This is from spinalhub.com. See, so I'm gonna repackage this up and just take this out to public, because this is that knowledge that helps you in your life that you just gotta bow to Baba. Once you get this right, if this was wrong, once you get this right, this is a little bit better than what they tell us. And trust me, we all men out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this is real. This is just game anyway, whether you have a problem or not. Now it says reflex erection of the penis, which occurs after direct stimulation, all right, is under the control of your parasympathetic nerves, not your brain, but parasympathetic nerves from the S2 to S3 and S4 levels of your spinal cord. Okay? So now we look at these ancient Egyptian texts, which was talking about certain things that had to do with these areas of your body and you being able to propel. Well, this is exactly what S2, S3, and S4 help a man do. Now, if we look on here, S2, S3, S4, there are nerve attachments on here that bring out signals. All right? This help game, bruh. I mean, come on now. That's just craziness. Now, look, so that's why all the people was like, so much thank you, because they took this knowledge and started doing the proper therapy to bring themselves back in the proper standings, and they love life, you know what I'm saying? Or at least that's what I suppose. But this is, man, this ain't even page one. Like, if I was to write a book on this, you get so much from ancient Egypt that help you be a better man, you'd be surprised. So let's go. Let's talk about this. This is still from spinalhub.com. Okay? So if we thought the ancient Egyptians was crazy, no, we missed the high science, and we took some European translations that let us think that when they was talking about Mutu, which could be translated as seed, and arete, which could be the hindquarters, we let them tell us that that was something deviant. But again, it says psychogenic erection involves conscious or mental levels of the brain and is under the control of your sympathetic nerves from what? From the T10 to L2. So your brain working, but your body not. It don't go just straight from brain to thing. It go through your spinal cord. And you hurt your lower back playing football. And you don't know what's going on. Or maybe you just was sleeping wrong. It could be anything. Somebody asked me, did I believe these to be pseudo claims before? No, I didn't. When they hit me with the Kemet was hecka sexually deviant, I knew that wasn't true because I never seen that. No promotion towards that in the text. Everything I seen in the text was promoted against that. But then they was bringing out these claims that I had to research and explain. So I went into this research humbly and wholesomely. I knew that that was wrong, but I couldn't just say this is what it is. I analyzed the text, and I did a little bit of philology looking over other texts. They just was looking at one text. And if you look at all of the texts and how these terms are used in all ways, we can form better conclusions. So when I start seeing that they thought seed came from the bone, I tried to research what was behind that, because that's off. But then I learned when I started going to these websites researching the spine that it's not necessarily off. That is not produced there, but the control centers are in your lower back, your hindquarters. So this is the biggest beat up that the Hebrews ever got at Kemet on trial. It was just so ugly. It really just looked like just a teaching, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't no way you can refute nothing like this. Like, you ain't even prepared. Your brain don't got neurons that's gonna fire off to mount a refutation against this, especially I ain't even done. And so, because it's the truth, and the truth just stand as the truth does. And so when you get hit with that real truth and you was attacking the truth, it looked ugly. So we already did the reflex, we did the psychogenic. Let's see what's the next slide. So now this is what we want. This is what, if men is trying to take this as game into their own life, you know, there's no problem with running into that fault. Some people might run into something that they may be faulted by. They call it ED, all right. But really, this is more concerned with emissions, okay? Emissions, and strength to emit. And so when it says emissions involve the production and the release of mutut from your reproductive glands. This is emissions. You can be full, but you don't. But the pump ain't pumping right. You know what I'm saying? So it says semen from your reproductive glands and mutut from your reproductive glands and the contraction of your reproduction ducts, which propel. This is the word we want to keep in mind, propel. Because these centers that we're talking about are related to propulsion. And so again, even if you ain't had no problems with ED, knowing what is related to propulsion is high science, because you could be better than worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could just be better than worse. I mean, you know, I ain't got to speak on that, but everybody know how that could become useful. That knowledge could become useful too. And so it says, again, you can see reproductive ducts which propel the mutut into the urethra of your phallus. It says this is controlled by the sympathetic nerves from your T11 to L2 levels of your spinal cord. See? It's what happened when you attack Kemet and then you just be like, They didn't even respond to this part. They ignored this whole part in their response. Of course, you gotta ignore that, because you can't find nothing to say back to it. So he said, nope, that wouldn't have worked. I'm just stalling while these slides take heck of long to change. So now let's start right here. I'm gonna bring the volume back up and we'll hear what I was saying in the previous presentation. And we'll also hear from Dr. Diane Rose, MS and NP, and she's at the Institute of Chicago. So she's gonna let you know, yeah, we'll definitely get to that, JJ, but she's gonna let you know what modern information links all this together. All right, so here we go. JJ, you sound like you want to buy one of those Egyptian man packages. I think I might call it the Egyptian man pack, the Kemetic man pack. And there's gonna be so many testimonials online. I'll put that together for fun. So watch this.
Operated by modern medical science. Let's see if we just get the video to play that wouldn't play.
So fertility in men after a spinal cord injury, there's a couple of things to consider. One is the ability to ejaculate. Is semen quality and quantity. So considering the anatomy and physiology, the two centers that control ejaculation in the spinal cord injury are T11, some books will say T10 to L2. The other is S2 to S4. T11 to L2 controls semen emission, which is the release of the semen, and it comes up and sits by the bladder. S4 controls ejaculation proper, or the propulsion of the semen out. Unlike erection, where most men with spinal cord injury hormone of an erection, far fewer men after spinal cord injury ejaculate, quote unquote, normally or without help, because it takes both centers. You have to have the release of the semen and the propulsion of the semen out for it to go normally. So,
see, Kemet knew this already. Man, we're gonna have to white flag up real quick. Hold on, I gotta go downstairs. Y'all see how that bombs? Them is bombs. Now, I know this ain't the type of content that men would even want to admit is useful in their life, because they ain't reached the points of just free humility. You know what I'm saying? And so you might be trying to soak up game from the bushes. That's cool too. But I ain't gonna bushes this one up. I'm just gonna put you in the right direction. But what I will do is take a lot of the knowledge that I've extracted and put it into one package for brothers to be better. You know what I'm saying? And until we get to that, we're gonna do this right here. I'll be right back.
Upper age boy, got that white crown, upper age boy. Babylonian bars, Ugaritic spit it, get it, dagger on me. That harpoon, it ain't for abalone. Phoenician pieces made of Nubian gold. Antediluvian scrolls hit the Dubian poles. And if you wanna debate that, you'll get truly exposed. I'm like the king of Axum, Axon. Bring the maxims of Patar back to action. I actually swing my axe, so Y-axis 32 degrees west on the Y-axis. Try and catch us. Christianity was stole from Kemet, lying. Compare the book of Psalms to Amenope. Sometimes when rhyming, I'm just like a shaman, okay?
Some sound alright, but then they act silly. Try conquering my crown, and that's really very silly. Try conquering my crown, and that's really very silly.
I'm a star charting Bantu boy with my bow and arrow. I raise a king in my gnome if I don't know the pharaoh. Explosive and lethal when your dreams like Joseph the Hebrew.
All right, just had to get some water. I didn't know the music was playing that loud though. I thought it was lower than that. Now, so I don't think I seen, I mean, if you could produce something, if you got a car and it won't go forward, you feel me? Or I'm just talking about how we could see that the Kemetic teaching that Mutuk comes from the spine is corroborated by medical science. Now, it don't come from there, but all of the ability for it to come forth comes from your spine. All right. Here's another thing, overloading your nerve centers with thoughts don't help. That ain't how it works. But let's let her break it down.
Anatomy and physiology. The two centers that control ejaculation in the spinal cord injury are T11, some books will say T10 to L2. The other is S2 to S4. T11 to L2 controls semen emission, which is the release of the semen, and it comes up and sits by the bladder. S4 controls ejaculation proper, or the propulsion of the semen out. Unlike erection, where most men with spinal cord injury hormone of an erection, far fewer men after spinal cord injury ejaculate, quote unquote, normally or without help, because it takes both centers. You have to have the release of the semen and the propulsion of the semen out for it to go normally. So if you read the statistics, less than 10% of men with complete spinal cord injury, complete being no motor, no sensation below their level of injury, normally. Incomplete spinal cord injury is up as high as 70 to 80%.
Now, see, that's a science that some people were back.
Oh, incomplete spinal injury, not complete. If you got a little problem with your back, 70%, or what she said, 60%, 70% of the men suffer from these things because of a little problem with their back.
Spinal cord injury. Of an erection, far fewer men after spinal cord injury ejaculate, quote unquote, normally or without help, because it takes both centers. You have to have the release of the semen and the propulsion of the semen out for it to go normally. So if you read the statistics, less than 10% of men with complete spinal cord injury, complete being no motor, no sensation below their level of injury, normally. Incomplete spinal cord injury is up as high as 70 to 80%.
Now,
and you see how bad that is? So you can have an incomplete spinal injury and 70 and 80% of the men experience some type of dysfunction in that regard of propulsion due to this injury. All right, so I'm gonna mute back this and continue with the presentation. Now, since I was in New York and doing a real debate, I went into the Quran and I went into other places to show that they believe these things too. And shout out to Imam Bashir, but at the debate, Imam Bashir read this Arabic from the crowd to corroborate that this translation is correct. All right, it's from a Surah 86:7, which read, proceeding from between the backbone and the ribs. Okay. And then we went into other ancient literature to show that they thought similar things. In Arabic, it emerges and appears from between the spine and the rib bones, a different translation. So what did we learn? We learned a lot, but we ain't finished. But we learned a lot about that, right? But let's keep on dispelling other stuff. You know? Now. Let's hurry up and get to this next slide, please. So I guess we got here. So you see where that bone is? And you remember where those centers were? Like for real, as we see these arrows, this is your hindquarters, and around, you know, the butt. And so this is why cats was messing it up, because they seen moot toot in relation to aret, which will be the hindquarters, and they start thinking deviant things. Let's keep going. Now, we just talked about in the Hindu teachings how they called this the Muladhara, or the root chakra. And they said your root chakra was related to those type of sexual things as well as survival and other things. But this is what they said. Now let me ask you, where would your root chakra be if you was in the Hindu tradition? Your root chakra is right there in that Hindu tradition, all right? That's how they appropriated things, and they talk about things related to one's sexual desires, and all things obviously come from, to them, they call it the root chakra. All right, the energy that sits at the base of the spine is called Kundalini in Hindu tradition. All right, and it's represented by what? I'll send the link in a minute. I'm still breaking it down, JJ. All you gonna do is scream and gargle. Come on, man. I'm gonna send you the link. Let me finish rocking, though. Now, let's keep it clear that energy in that section of the body is called Kundalini, represented by a coiled up serpent in Hindu tradition. Okay? Everybody know that. But that coiled up serpent sits at the base of the spine at the same place. Now check this out. Kundalini is a Hindu version of the Kemetic teaching of the Arhat. I never said there was no damn Kundalini in Kemet. There go the slide right here. Kundalini is the Hindu version of the Kemetic teachings of the Arhat, the hindquarters. See that? You see that coiled up snake? I'm about to split their wig like I did at Kemet on trial. And this is why the power of teaching shine in 360 degrees. You could get knowledge to apply to your life. You could refute some pseudos. And you can do more, all at once. How is this to the right? Arhat, representative of the same thing as this Kundalini snake. They represent the same parts of the body. You see the hindquarters right here? And the coiled up snake is at your pelvis. But Kemet wasn't stupid. They was the precursors to that. Would you believe that there is an Arhat with an actual coiled up snake on it? It would only take the Magi to find that, right? So the Arhat is your hindquarters, but we got another determinative for Arhat, which is a coiled up snake. Not in Kundalini, not in Hindu Sanskrit, but in Medunacher. I'm going to go slow because I think people ain't getting how much a bomb that is. The same exact ancient Egyptian word that means your hindquarters has another rendering with a coiled up snake. Is that clear? Arhat, it supposedly means the hindquarters or the anus in Medunacher, and it has another rendering with a coiled up snake. I'm gonna press play. Thank you, Brother Grimm, for breaking it down. So some say Arhat is Wajet, but we're going to talk about it. Arhat is at the hindquarters, as the Medunacher tells us. She comes out of the forehead as Wajet after traveling up the spine. And I got those texts too. But this ain't really, I didn't want to have to beat cats up and show them that some precursors to Kundalini come from Kemet. And you want to know what else? I made some mistakes in my earlier work. I didn't have the prowess I got now. So there's some things I could correct. All right? That's how you do that. You see how easy that is? Damn, that was easy. I made some mistakes in my previous work. Let's keep going. I'm just waiting for the slide to change. But as we see, we got the term for hindquarters in the right in Medunacher, and we got a representation of Kundalini, which sits at the base of the spine, or the hindquarters in the Sanskrit tradition or the Hindu tradition. But we're only showing them that it wasn't related to no type of deviance. We're not saying Kemet and Hindu was the same, and we definitely ain't saying Kundalini came from Kemet or was in Kemet. No, we ain't saying that. When you find precursors to things, that's like finding the chariot and saying that the 6-7 Chevelle came from Kemet. You see what I'm saying? We don't do it like that. We don't find a chariot. We don't find a boat and say the jet ski came from Kemet. Now what we looking at? The same exact word that good brother Divine Prospect couldn't read, but he said he read Medu Netra in another rendering. You see that rendering to the right? It got a coiled up snake. And it still mean the hindquarters, bro. I mean, it's still, if another, man, this is too crazy. So now what? Both terms are ret. One determinative giving you the hindquarters, the other one giving you the coiled up snake. In ancient Egyptian, none of them giving you nothing about sexual deviance. Hold up. You feel me? Flex bomb. Now, you can go look these terms up and see how they was used. You know I've done that. Your word aret to the right gonna be used like 5-6 times. But it's on the screen to show you that this concept of some, I mean, I don't even want to say the snake is a concept of power in ancient Egyptian. That was just aret. And we see the same term means the hindquarters. So let's keep going. The first determinative is the hindquarters of a lion. The second determinative is a cobra snake standing at attention. Same term, aret. I'm saying the term that they were determinatives on. Now, when aret has a cobra determinative, it has been translated to mean divine serpent. All right? That's just a standard translation of it. Man, would you hurry up and change the slide? Now, that Kundalini energy that they was referring to in the Hindu tradition are the arets, or it's in the hindquarters, right? Whatever, how you want to do it. I might have been taking liberties here, but nevertheless, it is at the base of the spine. Are, quote, unquote, between the buttocks. Because that's some other thing that my childish Hebrew brothers, they heard the words between the buttocks, and they guaranteed that Smashrock couldn't come up with an explanation for that. So why you go get the magi, bro? Ain't no trick'em-ship in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Unless, of course, the areas we've been talking about all this time aren't between the buttocks. See? Dang, you feeling crushed. Imagine being in the other debate chair. I couldn't even imagine it. I can't even form an argument back against this. So imagine the gut-wrenching feeling. When you standing in front of a crowd of 1,500 black people, and it was the Black Sea in the house that night, and somebody tearing you apart like this, and you made claims that their tradition was sexually deviant. And they made claims that it was high science that you weren't on the level to understand. Dang, that would be feeling bad. I'm glad I don't have to sit in that seat. Cause I don't know what I say. Anybody in the chat, what would you say? To prove that the Aret or the divine serpent is related to the spine, we refer back to pyramid text. Gosh. So now this is the work I need to reanalyze in this. And y'all who can read Metal Nature now, feel free to help me out. But we go to pyramid text 318 in this utterance. Now the part that I'm pointing out, don't mess nothing up. But the overall conclusion I think I formed, it leads to a different point. The overall conclusion that I formed in the reading of this text, I after further review, I'm kind of like, maybe I have some information that I lost right now, because when I read it right now, something be different to me. But it don't mess up nothing I'm talking about now, because we see them talking about the spine and the vertebrae here, but we got them talking about Aret right here. So I didn't have to, the feat in this research was not to actually match this text up to be saying something about Kundalini. No, that's not what we're talking about. We simply needed to find a text that placed Aret as the snake, and if you could look into the bottom of the circle, you could probably see the snake standing at attention, related to the spine. And we did that. So now we got Aret, the hindquarters, being represented as a serpent snake at the base of the spine in ancient Egyptian pyramid text. Man, my face deserved to be on the screen. Y'all face be on the screen for nothing. Just a whole big ass face on the screen. No knowledge, just hella opinions. Check it out. This who dropping these bombs. This is what I look like, just like you. Feel me? I ain't over here doing nothing else. Yeah, cats be like this all show. I'm like, get your damn face off the screen. Cats trying to get known and shit. But you can do you. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, this what you need to have on the screen. A refutation to pyramid text. Well, this is utterance 318. All right. Well, we got a direct association with Aret, the serpent, being at the base of the spine. Go investigate it. We could do that live. All that we could do live. I'm gonna open up the chat. I've been bumping my gums because I forgot I did this. I did that interview earlier. Let me show y'all something. If y'all be feeling how we break it down like no other, if you think this could help, I can show you how you really help it in your life. But you ain't gonna get the package until I put it all the way together. But I guarantee you, it ain't a woman on this earth that, if you understand the Kemetic science, there's not a woman on this earth who won't appreciate that you know that science. I put that on everything. Now, feel me? It's how you stay married. I'm just playing. Let me shut up. But yeah, let me keep going. So where we at? So I went to take them through other texts. They go Aret right there. You can see her clearly sitting. They got her sitting on a basket like she Wajet or something. But Aret wasn't Wajet. Let's not mess that up. You feel me? Hold on, did I not leave that up there? And you know you can send messages through the Cash App. Somebody got something they want to say, you know what I'm saying? Let me show you how to do that. If you're watching on your TV screen or your computer, what you do is you aim your phone and take a little picture, or you scan that QR code, then attach your message. Let me know what you need. What I'm talking about. So let's keep it popping though. And this is where, yeah, okay, cool. But look, this is what they say. Unis is that bull snake who is led by the means of the divine serpent, changing 7 of its cervical vertebrae. So we could stop right there. They just said the bull snake, but they just let you know they talking about the back and the spine. I don't even have to refute this. See, that's what I'll be doing. Sometimes you don't gotta refute everything. I'll accept their translation because it works right with what I'm trying to show you. They just said Unis is the bull snake. I'm saying you eventually we talking about Aret. All right. But even still right here, they got the bull snake as a different one. Here go your Aret right here. So it'll be funny when y'all talk about, so when you say the Uraeus, yeah, that's just because they messed that up a little bit. You feel me? Because if we look over the attestations, we're going to find out she ain't really ever used like that too much. But it is true. But let's just say Uraeus ain't an ancient Egyptian word. All right? And so that's how they messed that up. Is our Aret can't be Wajet, because Wajet is Wajet. That's like saying your gopher snake is your rattlesnake. Basically, in order to, they both snakes, but they, you know, one a gopher, one a rattler. And so Aret ain't Wajet. They identified 2 different snakes by name. But if we let the Greeks mess it up, a divine snake is a Uraeus, see, around your head. And so that could be any ancient Egyptian snake. You know what I'm saying? But as we see here, we pulling out more attestations that before we even scrutinize this, which I probably didn't even need to do, and I don't know if I did, we can use the way they translate it, and we see Aret right here, which is coming back to something about the cervical vertebrae. So again, we showing that pyramid text PT37 is actually talking about a serpent at the base of the spine. Now we could go in, because really when I did the math on this is how I figured that they misread this. All right. By them saying 27 Pasejet, 7 and 27, we're going to get up to the amount of vertebrae we got if you include the skull. See, the ancient Egyptians, let's do it. Bro, this is science. Shit be hidden, but it take a brother from East Oakland. If you learn it, you can burn it. I'm saying you can tell it, you can teach it, and you can see who can refute it. Let's do the math right here. So this is one thing that stumped me. I'm not stumped by the fact that they're clearly telling you in the Medu Neter words, Nebu, this is like the nap of the neck. A lot of these words are basically terms that let us know they talking about the spine. But one thing the Europeans did was they ignored the numbering, the numerology in it. And I didn't do that. I was like, hell no, this needs to be looked at with a calculator. So you took the 27 and then you put the +7, right? And then you got 34. How many vertebrae we got? 33 or 32? I think it's 33, right? So where that 34 come from? Because Wajet don't come out your neck. Wajet don't come out the top vertebrae. She travel up the vertebrae, but y'all don't want to hear that. But she Aret at the base of the spine, and she come out the forehead as Wajet. I'm sitting here showing you the text. That's why no one ever tried to refute it. Even though they want to say, oh, no, shut up, bruh. I say what I want because I got the facts. Unes, that is the bull snake who is led by means of the divine serpent. That's Aret. Okay? Changing 7 of his cervical vertebrae to 7 of his with commands. So in this translation, Aret swapped out some of the vertebrae. All right, but this still the number 7 that don't equal 14. Because they swapped them out. To 7 of his with commands. 27 Pasejet, that's where you messed up. Heard these words of the foreign, we got to go back to the text. We don't read European translations. We read the text. 27 Pasejet is where y'all messed up. Actually, I don't even, you know what? Who got credit for that translation? I think this is coming straight off of pyramid text. Yeah, okay. So this is coming straight off pt.com, right? Now, here we can see it written in different places in a you know, sometimes they'll give you a facsimile to make the wall easier. So, but I want to get back, here it go, 27 Pasejet, but dang, I didn't show it in the video. So what we got here is 3 groups of Pasejet, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, and so what the number, since is 9 gods, or is 9, let's just look this up. Let me show you how this works. In order how to see how the math helps us do the knowledge. I know this video is taking long, but so what? You see? Dictionary. So 27 Pasejet obviously is 27 vertebrae. But again, they messed that up. For some reason, they put 27 Pasejet because Pasejet could also be these deities. I'm telling you, watch this. And I'm like, oh man, I love seeing when they messed that up. I'm about to make sure the scholars is watching me. I'm about to get the scholars watching me so they can correct me, because y'all be tripping. Not my constituents, not the people, but I'm talking about the refuters. Everybody who, let me take that away somehow. Everybody who try to refute stuff be tripping. So we about to hold this up to the dictionary scrutiny real quick. And I think we're looking for a term, Pasejet. Well, let's see how it was transliterated. All right. We're looking for this right here. You see how, I told you, they put 3 Pasejet in the transliteration, and that caused them to miss this. So 3 Pasejet is going to be 3 times 9, but they didn't do it, so they didn't really come up with that 27. Well, anyway, this is showing that this is related to the spine, as you see when we put in PSD, was it T? So now this is a problem we have. Look, Pasejet, right? So this is Kenti Pasejet, but we don't have to worry about that. What I'm going to show you is, I can show you everything about it. Kenti is the foremost. Ayat means great. But so that means Pasejet means what? Ened. All right, and so this is a group of gods. We got the 8 and the 9, and I'm going to tell you that this is the 9, even though I'm about to Google it to make sure. This is the 9 gods, all right? Now, Ened the Great was a group of 9 gods, okay? Then we got the other one, which is 8 deities. So we got 3 groups of Ened, and believe it or not, they really didn't multiply that to come up with 27 to see that they were talking about the spine. Okay? They just didn't, I don't know. And so they took the word Ened as if it was 27 gods standing right there. And they didn't even say 27 gods, they said 3 groups of Pasejet. So see, Pasejet right here being the Ened. Well, let's keep going to see what they missed. that Passeggett was actually the backbone of the spine, but they're not showing. This is just a coincidence. Let's stop. Let's stop completely right here. This dictionary definition now is showing you that we could challenge this dictionary definition. See, let me show you why. Because they don't research every term they put in. The prior scholars did that. And so this is another revelation to show that I'm 100% correct. Because look, first we got this up here, right? Notice what's missing from this and this. What's missing? What's missing is first, if you want to be specific, this is missing, that's missing. But most notably, the 9 number and 3 gods are 3 natural root symbols, which means they're talking about the Enid here, but they're really not talking about the Enid here. This is where they messed this up, because they got clearly right here backbone, backbone, spine. And this is what I was trying to show. You only can learn this from your own research. Nobody could have someone could have showed me this like I'm showing you this. But you clearly could see the term Passeggett, which is used here, which they translate as 3 groups of 9 gods, is still related to what? The ayat, or the backbone. So then when you got 3 groups of Passeggett and you know it's related to the backbone, now you know mathematics come more into play. You ain't supposed to translate this as 3 Passeggett, because that's going to make us think 3 groups of 9 gods. And my mathematics prove it, because if you translate it the way I propose we translate it, and it ain't even 27 Passeggett, but this is better. 27, because that is a multiplication of 3 times 9. Then you take the other number they gave us of 7 right here, and you're going to get exactly the amount of vertebrae plus a skull, which is only required for Wajet, for Aret to come out of the skull as Wajet. She can't come out the skull if it ain't there. So when we did the math and pulled out the calculator, it gave us 34 as the result of this math that the Europeans didn't do. You won't find this in nobody work but mine. And it's just true. It's as true as it sounds. And if it sounds refutable, feel free and warm and welcome to show me where I kind of messed up. Or completely messed up. But, hey, this should have been up for 10 years. Ain't nobody up there but saying nothing but thank you. So let's keep it going. Thank you, because they took the knowledge into their own life. So there are things, if you wanted to know more about what we was talking about, men who've encountered those problems, you got to start looking into that lower back therapy related to this subject. Specifically looking at spinalhub.com and these other sources that I was drawing from. And that doctor right there had more resources on the type of therapy that brings us back. But I'm going to put together a package for that. I think that's most monetizable and beneficial. You know what I'm saying? Cervical. So then we went over this. Now I'm breaking down the metal nature in the modern terms of today. So you remember he swapped out 7 of his cervical vertebrae? So that's what he swapped out. That top part. And the word he used was nibu. It actually means the nape of the neck. All right. I mean, this is well beyond proven, but I just wanted to do some overkill to make their stomach turn more while they were sitting there, you know what I'm saying? So The 3% from Pyramid Text 318 represents 3 groups of the Ennead. The Ennead consists of 9 deities. All right, now we got 3 times 9, 27. 26 remaining vertebrae, and the 27 Ennead is no coincidence. Now, again, so it says Pyramid Text 318 leaves us with 2 numbers, 7 and 27. 9, the words used for 7 cervical vertebrae was Safeket, which is 7, and Nebu, nap of the neck. So 7 vertebrae from the nap of the neck. And we could look up and find those terms in the transliteration again. You see them pointing out the R-ret right there. How did this snap back or something? I thought I went over this already. Maybe I was talking about something twice. So basically, if we consider the skull, like I said, as an extension of the spine, we can identify the 27 divisions of the spine that equated to the 27 Ennead from Pyramid Text 318. You have to consider it because Wajet needs to come out of the skull. But Wajet ain't alright. I'm willing to hear that argument because I have not found any issues. The only thing I got is this. So, okay, Wajet ain't alright. But it's just crazy. Wajet come out the forehead. We got the text talking about what they did to the spine. Man, come on, man. Stop hating. So we can clearly see the concept of the divine serpent, which is Aret, that sits at the base of the spine, also called Aret, and travels the spine vertically to emerge from the forehead of the knee suit as Aret, which they call the Uraeus or Wajet. Now, this can be refuted. Okay? But I thought I'd just show evidence to that. You see the snake on the forehead? It ain't coming out the nape of the neck. And I just identified a text to show where it started. It's very funny that they got snakes even in the caduceus that don't even got nothing to do with the kundalini going up a spine. But let's not get off track. Because I don't want nobody who super argumentative to hear this and mess everything up and come in talking about Kundalini ain't got nothing to do with Kemet. Just mess up the whole video. So now we know the semantic range of the term Aret is not limited to anus, and that the association between Mutut semen and the Aret hindquarters is high science concerning the lower spine effect over semen emissions. So we see this teaching in Kemet, in Hindu culture, in the Quran. In Greek literature, the sacrum was called the hieron osteon, or the holy bone. Okay? We find many cultures identifying with the high science of the spine. Remember, the lower spine controls semen emission centers that govern our ability to procreate. Understanding Kemetic wordplay is the key to extracting the true meaning out of Kemetic text. And here we see the term Aret. All right, that was an old presentation. I hope you learned something from it. We're going to go on and open up a chat just to build and chill. Oh, I got a Zoom opened up, but I never shared the link. I'm going to open up the Zoom, invite, copy. Yeah, I'm going to go talk to my wife, and we're going to start putting together this care package. It's going to go. I bet this is about to be one of the highest selling items in the world. Let me see. Y'all gonna be like, that man crazy. And when you see how it's going and all the good results and all these, you're gonna be like, what's going on? And I'm gonna show y'all. Y'all thought y'all couldn't learn nothing from Kemet and monetize it? Watch this. So yeah, we got the Zoom. I ain't put up the Zoom link yet. Hold up. Oh, where's the video? Let's see. Put up the Zoom. Why I know this video ain't still called Sunday School El Shaddai and the God Honor. I'm about to go change that right now. Let me change that. I'm gonna talk about that too though, but I don't want. I'll save that topic for another video. Edit video, Sunday School. What we talked about today. Semen and I'm gonna say spine, ED and the spine. Just whatever. I don't know. And why did I really come here? Here we go. I came here also to share the link. That's why. So y'all can hold me down. I can take that cash app off the screen. I'm just over here doing too much at once. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Oh, here go the link, man. Hit the link in here and let me know anything about what you're talking about. All right. Don't throw me off, though. You know? Hit that link, hit that link, hit that link. What you think? I'm going to make a little jingle that go, hit that link, hit that link, hit that link. What you think? I'm waiting for somebody to hit the link, man. Anthony Jones in the building. Shout out to Anthony Jones for being matter of fact, we're doing one at a time today a little bit. Closed doc. I mean, come in everybody, but I'm gonna let people in one at a time so people can speak without being interrupted. How you doing, Anthony? Oh yeah, your audio still connected. I'm gonna put together some of the best levels of Kemetic. What's up with Anthony? You there?
I'm here, bro.
What's up with it?
Ain't nothing, bro. How you feeling?
Cool, relaxing. Streaming for too long. About to chill. What's up with you?
Ain't nothing, bro. I just seen you open up the chat, so I was just, jumping in. You about to get off?
Nah, hell no. Nah, I'm chilling. I'm opening up the chat to get a bill going on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hey, yo, let me ask you a question. Did Pasejet ever mean to protect?
Pasejet. So they got similar words close to that.
Okay.
One word, paget, that's close to Pasejet. Paget is like a bow.
Ah.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah, so it'll be close to Pasejet, but it don't got the S in there. So if you put P capital D T, and there's even another variation of a term like close to that got something to do with it. We could look over some of the other dictionary definitions of it. Gotcha. But I do know I'm gonna share the screen so you can see what I'm saying. If we look at some other attestations, one might pop up with something close to that. So since we got it on the screen, why not look? You see how all of them keep saying Ened? So that was basically the main use of PSDT. But why you had an attestation for something like that?
Oh no, I just remember a while back. I don't know if y'all was going over, y'all meaning I'm in Roscoe, I was going over I don't know if it was the Marian Patah Stele, but I just remember a word that just sounded close to the word you was using to describe spine.
Oh yeah, it was, yeah. So look at this. This is a good example of it. Right here, they say Pasejet Paget. They use both of the words, and we always talk about that wordplay in meta nature. But right here, they use both the terms we talking about. So for the Pasegit part, we see something related to something that look like divinity, but you see the 3 bowls right here, which is giving them the second part, which is Paget. So they called that a 9 bowls since the Pasegit was 9 and the Paget is bowls. JJ, you in the building? Think JJ trying to log in. Think he want to get beat up for a minute.
Well, don't worry. If you, I know you got it, but if not, I'll tongue box him up.
No, that's so easy, bro. That's nothing but a button. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You like the grand guru. You like the abbot, Jack. You in meditation. You can't just come and bother the abbot now. Like,
I don't know about all that, but JJ just got some reading to do. Read, JJ. JJ, what's up?
Peace, Jay. How you feeling, bro?
Yeah, you gotta get that mic right, probably. Yeah. Oh yeah, turn off that YouTube. What's up with JJ?
Like the grand guru, you like the abbot, Jack.
He trying to hear what. Hey, come on, turn off that YouTube, family. I don't know about all that, but JJ, you gotta turn off that YouTube.
What's going on, brother?
Is that your YouTube still playing?
I'm just listening, brother.
No, you forgot to turn off the YouTube link.
That's what's going on? Okay, let
me
turn it off for you.
You don't mind, because the feedback.
Oh, so you about to go to work with that light, huh? You think you about to go to work?
I'm about to go to work on y'all.
Oh, let's see.
I don't know, JJ. You ain't dealing with some scientists. You sure you ready?
There you go. All right.
What's up with you? How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm blessed by the best, man. How about yourself, man?
I heard that. Feeling the same way.
The nectar is treating you right over here.
Oh, can't complain, man. I'm thankful.
The nectar rules, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. All of them, all of them. Look, Yahweh, the nectar rules, all of the E5s, all of them looking out for me, bro. They don't even be tripping. You feel me?
Hey, let me ask you something, man. Do you teach that the nectar rules are just principles like Jabari? Or do you teach the truth? See?
That's a loaded question. See, you loaded up the question. Or do I teach the truth? See?
JJ, break that question down, bro. Break it down.
I went out and got me the Book of the Dead.
All right, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out some with that.
There's some things in here. Let me take my hat off. It's a little cold. It's a little hot in here, man. It got a little hot. When you break out the Book of the Dead, you start sweating a little bit. You see what I'm saying?
First, it's called the Perk M Heru.
Hebrews, dude.
Oh, it's the Perk M Heru.
The Perk M Heru in Ger. In Ger. Don't forget that part, brother. Right? You're dealing with the ones now. You playing with the ones now.
Call me Ankh Ja Zeneb. You know what that means?
That means it's I'm happy for you. Let me help you with that, JJ. JJ, let me help you, brother. Let me help you. It's Uja Seneb, which is a greeting, a term of greeting. And please correct me, Jonathan, if I'm wrong. So I can't call you that.
I got my studies right here, man. You see?
I'm proud of you, bro. Come on.
Ankh Ja Zeneb.
Let me ask you a question. Where you put them studies at? Hold on, I need a real question. No, real question. I'm gonna let you do your thing. I got a just quick question. Tell the truth, where did you write them studies at?
All right.
See,
let's get back to it.
He didn't want to do that.
I came here to talk about Israel. I came here to talk about Kemet. See, I got my PowerPoint ready.
So it ain't real research because you was forced into doing that research, or you did that at the house?
We just on here building, bro. Like you about to go in.
He's scared.
All right, I'm gonna let you go. JJ got the floor.
Jod Zeneb was a benediction attached to the end of a mention of a royal person. See, that's what y'all see when you see me. It have a similar meaning to long live the king. See, he ain't teaching you that over here. I'm here to teach you. I'm here to teach you. I got the Egyptian Book of the Dead. All of you guys quote E.A. Wallace Budge. Am I correct?
You got the floor. Don't ask no questions. Just teach.
Yeah. Okay. Now this book here is the complete papyrus of Ani. This just came in last night, so I haven't really dug off into it, but I know Jabari from what I read in the library online. They don't say that these guys Gab, Asar, what's the other one name? Geb, Nut, knew all. They don't say that they're just principles. And you've been lying to the community. You've been lying, saying that there's a Ba. They don't believe in no spirit, no soul. See, the Ba is the soul. It represents our eternal underling and our essence. See, unlike the Ka, which represent only the personality or the conscience of a man. You see, unlike the Ka, the Ba being eternal does not die. See, Jabari, you've been misleading the public, so I'm here to really kind of straighten you up. I got my retainer sacrifice presentation on deck. You know, the Lions Den, we put a presentation together. If you want to see a sneak peek of it, you know, I will gladly show you this. You see what I'm saying? But let's get back to the Ba and Ka, because we got to be teaching it right. Right? Now, the Ba being eternal does not die. It can only die if it's fed to who? Smash.
Amet.
Yeah, Amet. That's right. That's right. See, they believe in afterlife, and Jabari is trying to tell us that these people didn't, but there wasn't religious. They represent the personification of Osiris or Asar and Ra. You know, you become Ra. But in all actuality, these people actually looked at these deities as in their verbiage. They believed that they were real. Okay, so this where I say that to say this, because this is where I come to the retainer sacrifices. You see what I'm saying? Because these people want to go to the Tuat, Duat, or whatever you want to call it, field of reeds. They want to be in the afterlife with Asar. Or as English people would say it, English speaking people would say Osiris. You know, we get it from the Greeks.
Asar Neferamentia Ketchi. But go ahead, bro.
I'm sorry. What'd you say, family?
I was helping you out with his name. It's Asar Neferamentia Ketchi is his title.
Okay, there you go.
Go ahead and teach though. Teach though, JJ. You got the floor.
Yeah, man. I would like to, you know, maybe sign up and come over here and do my presentation on retainer sacrifice. I'd like to maybe come over here tomorrow.
You tripping already.
So
let me ask you a question.
It's gonna be okay, man.
I'm just saying, did you just give us a quick presentation on a book you said you got last night? Yes or no?
No, I didn't give you. Look, no, bro, I didn't give you a presentation.
Hold on, did you? I mean, did you just tell us you got the book last night?
Don't Sammy Davis Jr. now. Don't Gregory
I'm just asking.
Now, Jack.
I'm just asking a simple question.
You got that. Am I being punked type of mentality? You don't have to do that with me. I'm retired.
I'm asking an easy question. I'm trying to feel my brother. Did you say you got the book last night? Yes or no, bro?
Bro, listen. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna share my screen.
That's an easy question. So asking you if you got the book last night is a hard question?
Yeah, well, what was the question, brother?
Didn't you get the book last night?
I get the book to do what? I got the book to learn, bro.
I know, but you got it last night, my brother.
Yeah, I'm just showing you I got the book. I didn't say I read the book, but I have read some of it when it was on the computer. All right?
Oh, so the notes, that's why I was asking you that series of questions. The notes that you got on the book ain't from the one you got last night.
Brother, I don't know.
Because that's the most microwaving I could ever see, bro. Like, I'm saying you got the book last night and you already
I'm not here for listen, bro. Just let me know when I can speak, because you're trying to do that.
No, I'll let you speak for heck of long. Y'all don't remember how quiet we just was?
Let me show you, bro. Let me show you something, bro. I'm here to teach.
All right, go ahead. Show us some more. Go ahead.
Okay, all right, bro. See, let me put up my PowerPoint. All right, hold up. Go ahead, keep talking to us.
This is what we call death by PowerPoint. Let's show people what we call death by PowerPoint. You can share it anytime.
So, JJ, you saying we quote Budge? Everybody don't agree with Budge.
No, I didn't. No. But I know that he does.
Like, I know. Listen, I don't want to get into that one, bro. Like, you know.
Yeah. Listen, Jabari quotes Wallace Budge, right?
And we all don't agree with Jabari either, JJ. Let's get to that. We remember you got to really know how this works. Like Jabari runs the Shrine of Ma'at. I'm a part of the Holy House of Ra. Like everybody don't kind of, you gotta really pay attention, bro.
And see,
so the lead, hold on, let me finish. So to lead with
look,
Jabari,
if I'm in a crowd and I throw a rock You shouldn't be barking. You shouldn't say ouch.
Yo, this is not, we're not gonna use Malcolm X antics to try to explain yourself. We're gonna be professional, we're gonna be educated. So
I don't even know you, bro. So who's being unprofessional? Did you introduce yourself?
Don't nobody know nobody on here, bro.
I'm just saying,
so that's not a good one to say.
Let me
we don't know each other either, so we just doing
bro,
the knowledge.
Y'all acting childish, bro. Just be quiet.
I think this is something that you do,
This is not my eye.
Bro,
then
we got you the
JJ can't be quiet because they scared of the goddamn information.
Y'all see how you do? You see
how
JJ,
my daughter's in here. Don't curse, bro.
Please, JJ. It's children around. Go ahead, JJ.
All right, let me know when I can speak. All right, go ahead. I don't want to answer no questions right now.
This your second time having the floor without no interruptions. Go ahead.
I don't know who this guy is, but hey, your daughter, man.
Man, don't talk about none of that. This what you want the floor for? Just go in with the knowledge. Don't mess it up.
Yeah, man. Y'all, so you know what? I'm finna light y'all up with this knowledge.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you know what? This shit is sad. Okay, let me find my PowerPoint. All right, here we go. Can you see my screen?
Nope.
Can you see my screen?
Nope. We waiting.
The ancient Egyptians throwing a virgin to the Nile.
Did you click the share at the bottom?
Okay, hold up. I don't know who this other guy is.
Why is you saying that? We don't know each other.
Anthony, JJ,
we all on the internet. Thank you. He just introduced himself. He just introduced himself.
I'm Anthony Jones, JJ. All right. If you want to know, my risen name is Atef Kweb Temu, which means the father of purified thought. And I represent the holy house of Ra, the Tesher Pert Ra, on that level. But I want to hear what you have to say, though, JJ. This is interesting. So we all giving you the floor.
He's not ready. JJ, are you muted or something, bro? Are you talking right now?
JJ, we can't hear you if you're speaking or leading a dissertation. We cannot hear you.
See, this is why they saying you be wasting their time on these platforms, bro. Like, get your act together, bro. This is your act, JJ. Get it together. Come on. You're supposed to be presenting. You got the floor. You still ain't even knowing how to come off mute, bro. And it's taking this long. You ready?
All right, there we go.
All right, there you go. There you go.
Look. Everything ain't no goddamn joke, bro. I mean, I'm just sharing my screen. I know you don't want to hear this information. I know you don't. It's gonna be okay though. All right, it's gonna be okay. All right, it really just wasn't for you. It's for let's see where we at. Let me find it. All right, here we go, right there. All right, can you see my screen now?
Just give it a moment. Give it a moment. Sometimes, give it a moment. Sometimes it takes a minute, but it doesn't appear to be popping up. You press the share screen stuff?
Okay. Yeah, I did. I got 55 slides. You don't see it.
Oh, don't hit me with all of those. Just hit me with like 5.
Okay, I'm just gonna read. This is where I'm gonna give you a little bit.
Okay,
Human sacrifice in ancient Egypt by Caroline Seawright. You go look it up. The earliest known example of human sacrifice may perhaps be found in pre-dynastic burials in the south of Egypt. This is dated in the Naqada, the second period. One of the discovered bodies showed marks of the throat from having been cut before having been decapitated. So you might want to put the kids up for this one, bro. Cause I got visuals. All right, I got them on the walls. So I really want to share my screen, bro. You see what I'm saying? And you can find this.
You got the permissions too. You got the permissions too. You just got to figure it out. You see the green button at the bottom?
Okay, hold up. I mean, if y'all want to learn, I'm here to teach.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
I'm not here for the mockery. Y'all can do that shit on Sinetta, bro. Real talk. I'm not a fucking joke. I don't treat y'all like no goddamn joke.
Nobody's treating you like a joke. Right. So I think that's the other panels that was treating you like that. You muted yourself though. Go right ahead. You still on mute for some reason. I don't know how you muted yourself. Also, you got to get used to the Zoom. The mute button is down at the bottom to the left-hand corner. It's a microphone. If you hover at the bottom of your computer, you got to hover at the bottom of your computer, and then you're going to see a microphone, little panel open up to your left. I think I can unmute you too. Let me see. No, I can't even unmute you, bro. You muted yourself again. I can unmute you. Let me see. I can ask you to unmute yourself. Ask to unmute. I asked you to unmute. JJ,
there you go. And did you see my screen when I had it up?
Now we see your screen. We got your voice, and you got 3 minutes. Go ahead.
If there's 3 minutes, well then you know what, bro. This is what I'm gonna do, man.
How
I'm gonna
many
breeze
minutes
through
you
this.
need? How many minutes you
I
need?
don't need
Just tell
nothing.
me.
I'm just gonna show you. This is
No,
bro,
just read about
this ain't
5
no
of the slides. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Okay,
Do
man.
your thing.
Listen. It's okay. Now, anybody who wants to smoke with JJ, because it's obvious I'm not gonna be able to get a clear path to speak. Everything's a joke to you dudes. That's why I retired, man. I didn't come here for to entertain you and joke. I came here for real information. We got people in our community that run around and say, "Oh no, Kemet did not kill their people. Did they not cut their heads off? Did they not do this and that?" It's a goddamn lie. I don't care if it was in the 0 and the 1st dynasty. I even give you the king's name. One of them is King Aha. You got another one, King Du Jour. I give you names, and you guys still look and laugh and think everything a goddamn joke. This is what I'm gonna tell y'all. Because like I said, I didn't come here for your entertainment. Anybody that want truth or want to challenge me to a discussion about this, come see me at the Lions Den. Because other than that, y'all scared for me to fucking talk. Y'all scared. I'm just gonna keep it 7,000 with you. I didn't come here for that. But I got the information ready for you. Anybody that want to get in the ring with me. That's on that. I got the Book of the Dead to debunk Jabari. Any of you guys that's teaching this pseudo goddamn nonsense, I'm here to shut it down. That's all I gotta say, man. Like I say, if you want to see this information, Smash, you come over and build with me at the Lions Den where you ain't got all your distractions in the way, bro. Because like I said, I got the information. It's over 55 slides. This is what we put together at the Lions Den. You see what I'm saying? This is what we put together. You see, this is the real shit. You see, I got Commission. I got Commission on the team. I got Yara on the team. This is what we do. I got Yashab in Israel. This is what we do, bro. So all that little clown shit you see on Sarnetta, that shit over and done with me. I'm not going over there no more. But I will see you in the YouTube streets over here or anywhere else. And then I really dare y'all to get with me on a neutral platform. Because all that Sarnetta blocking shit, that's done for me. This is why you won't get the full dust of what JJ know, because you got motherfucking wingmans in the back trying to block shit. But as you can see, bro, I'm loaded up. I'm loaded up. So if anybody wants to smoke, I don't debate no more. We can have a hell of a goddamn conversation. And with that being said, I'm going to leave so y'all can go laugh by your goddamn self.
Hey, JJ, I accept your challenge, bro. I accept your challenge.
Laugh by yourself.
Yeah, let us laugh by ourselves, but you're going to hear what we think. So let me get this clear.
Anywho.
Let me get this clear. The brother, I told you it was going to be death by PowerPoint before he started.
I asked the man to stop cussing because my daughter, like, I cheat, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you can't even get words out without being vulgar. And we, like, come on, bro. Like,
hey, so sometimes the hostile escape don't work, JJ. Because nobody was being hostile to you, but you was trying to turn up so that you could get up out of here, but without presenting the 55 slides that you did not have. Because you said, let you open up this PowerPoint, start acting like you didn't know how to share the screen, then you didn't know how to open or mute. Then when we turned off our mics and gave you the floor to present, you start complaining about how you get interrupted and you don't want to present. Never put up one slide and just talked about your discontent with other channels. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that wasn't even nothing, bruh. That's why before we even clicked you in, what did the people get in the last 10 minutes? You just did a whack commercial, bruh. That was a commercial for your show and it was not even hot. Right. At least let the people know you got knowledge so they'll come to your channel. They gonna get more of that right there. Come on, fam. Anyway.
I don't know.
Somebody else hit the link. JJ just ridiculed himself. Ain't nobody over here ridiculing nobody. And I see my man Joe had tapped in earlier and didn't even get to speak. So maybe if you want to come back, Joe, it's good. But it's all cool. We just building.
Absolutely.
What was he talking about, bro? Like, I'm over here, like, I'm lost.
I mean, all I heard was EA Wallace budge. I'm going to shut you down and y'all don't want it. And come see me in the Lions Den. And I'm like, wait a minute, let's back up here, bro. You got like schizophrenia with your information, like with the knowledge, like what you doing, bro? Like where you starting at? I got a PowerPoint. I don't know, broski. I don't know.
That's cool.
I don't know. But anyway.
Cool. I forgot what we was talking about.
In other news, Hey, oh yeah, I know. I meant to tell you on another note. When you get a chance and it gets warm, man, I want you to come out and go fishing. I always used to hit you up on Facebook.
Oh, that was you invite me to New Jersey?
That's right. I just want to let you know
you.
if you could remind. Yeah. So that invite's always open, man. I got a 25-foot Grady over here waiting for you.
I would love to get out there and
You're
do
more
some
than
fishing.
welcome, brother. Whenever you can, I'm letting you know that invite will always be open as long. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna talk to my wife about doing some traveling during the Souls of Mischief tour. Maybe we can pop up on a few of those dates that they got. I'll try to see if I can, because I want to go to their Paris date they got. So maybe I could do the East Coast before they go to Paris. And get a fishing trip in there, bro. You feel me?
Come on,
so y'all
bro,
be catching what y'all be catching? Y'all catch the real stripers.
Yeah, we get them, Joe. My brother last year, I'll send you a pic. He caught a 50 inches last year. 50 inches. Yeah, you got to hook up like it's a tuna, bro. You think you know what I mean? You done hooked on to the great glory.
Man,
so you gotta come get some of that, bro. You got to come on.
Oh, hello? Yeah, did your mic cut out?
My bad. Yeah, I said you got to come through and get some of that experience when you get, we'll come on over and come fishing, man.
Yeah. JJ didn't have no photos. Somebody said they wanted to see what photo he would have showed the photos when he had his screen share and the floor. Sometimes we just promote. He welcome to promote. I ain't mad at him. But don't act like you get none of that hostility from this direction, bro. I don't be tripping. I ain't even invested in it like that to be one to have new enemies, bro. I just like new friends, baby. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, who else? So what?
I said I don't know his vibe, bro. I didn't know what his whole aim was. I thought he was coming to I don't know.
He was coming to make me forget what we was talking about before he clicked the link. I bet you, that was probably, I forgot what we was talking. Let me go look and see. I should start digging in on El Shaddai now just to hurt his feelings. Not like that, JJ, but this is what you need to be trying to respond to.
The Passaget and the project.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Passaget. Yeah, there we go. Brought us back. Yeah. I ain't played no games in a minute, but it's some Super Bowl. That's next week, huh? Or what's next week?
The Super Bowl is, I think it is, I believe it is next week. The 12th, ain't it?
Oh, somebody said they still waiting for me to show a hieroglyphic inscription prior to 3200 BC. Oh, that's hella easy, bro. I could do that with Wiki. Let me share my screen. See, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I might not have got around to it, but that don't mean that that's like hiding from, is my screen already shared? Nope, it ain't. That don't mean I'm hiding from showing that source. So I'm gonna go through my memory to try to find that source for you, Judah, real quick. And hopefully this can do something. But even still, what I say is none of my Hebrew brothers got anything to do with Sumerians. And so even if Sumerians had some writing around that time, y'all didn't. Quite frankly, I'm gonna say Qust Cousteau, right? This is what I'm gonna put for you. And I'm just gonna go like this and go to Wiki. So, right. And now we're gonna go see. So what date did you want? You said before 3200. So they trying to do this for you. 3200 to 3100. Let's keep looking. Okay. And they're gonna give us some good stuff. Okay, we got 38 to 3000. Cousteau incense burner fragments. Now this isn't necessarily called writing, but we're going to get to one. It's not the incense burner. What is it? Let me say. For my man Judah, I'm just going through my memory. It's not the incense. I wish Reggie was here. Oh, I know what I can look up. I'm sorry. Look, Tassetti. Right, and hopefully they have it inside of here. What I need to show my brother. Damn, they doing that bad. Let me see. Let me look on this. So I might have to pull out some of Brother Reggie's work to show you this. So this is how we do. I'm just gonna put his name, Reggie. Oh, yeah, all right, so let's get his document on this. PDF. Because I could just use Reggie work to show you what we need to say about writing. I hope you publish that paper, Reggie. And you can have the floor right here while we look for this work of Reggie's or whatever. Reggie wrote an article. Reggie Marbury wrote. Where Reggie at? You in the bushes, Reggie? Oh no, thank you, Judah. Yeah, thank you. Reggie wrote an article exactly addressing this this finding, and I've seen it in multiple places, and it's basically one that's dated to about 3600. I think it comes from Cousteau, but it's not the incense burner. Is it the Cousteau knife? See, let's see, is it some Cousteau knife? I'm about to put knife. Maybe it was the Cousteau knife, museum knife handle. But on one of these things, we find words, and the first words again is Tassetti. So some of the first words you ever see written in history is Tassetti. I gotta go to Brother Reggie. Oh well, I need to call Reggie. What you doing, Reggie? I'm about to call Reggie right now just to ask him. But what's up, Anthony?
Oh no, I'm following you, broski. I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm here.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm about to hear Reggie real quick.
All right, cool.
Let's see if he can help us out. Dang, why does ring so loud? Saber Reggie.
Yes, sir, good brother.
What's up? We live on my show right now. I got a question.
Okay, I'm on the bus, but I'll try. Yes.
Just real quick, you showed me some writing that dated back to 3600 that was dealing with the Tassetti. Was that it wasn't the Cousteau knife? What was it?
There was a couple of ones. There was a Cousteau incense burner, and there was some rock inscription. And unfortunately, I have to go home and look at my list.
But so did that, because when I pulled up the incense burner right now, they put it at 3200. So you got some new dating on that incense burner?
Well, it's the incense burner is nuclear A, and so it should be around the 3400 period. So you said you pulled up a source and it says 3200?
Yeah, that was just Wiki though. Exactly, it was just Wiki. So that's 36 to 34.
Yeah. Bruce Williams is has done most of the work on the Cousteau incense burner.
Bruce Williams.
If you look at Bruce Williams, Cousteau incense burner, fine. But there are some other inscriptions. There is the one with I don't know the Ciala. I don't know when the Ciala inscription is.
Oh yeah.
The Ciala inscription.
How you spell that again? S.
The Ciala seal. So
A-L-A?
S-I-A-L-I.
Yep, seal.
Seal. And you can type Ciala seal.
Oh yeah, there we go. Thank you, Brother Reggie. I appreciate you. Have safe travels and hit me or go live tonight so we can tap in or something. Thank you, Brother Reggie.
Yeah, I hope so, and I'll look up the rest. But I was going to do a show. I'm just so distracted on. You know that that of course Punt, right, was a tributary of Egypt, right? However, the Nubian Empire extended down to Punt, and I have some good information on that, which shows that Nubia had its own large empire, and of course you know that it extended over the Red Sea, and this is just Nubia. So we have to look more at Nubia as a predecessor for ancient Egypt.
Yeah, and
so,
if we mix in the findings with the Nubian complex, the archaeology dating back to like 150,000 years ago, and it goes over the Red Sea too. So when you get time, let's talk about that.
And so you have early settlements with the arrows, the lithic, I think, industry. going into the from Nubia going into the Red Sea. So I think like the work that you're doing and us spending too much time. Well, the new work is on Nubia and understanding Egypt in the context of Nubia. So, but the Siali seal, the Kustal incense burner, and then there are some other inscriptions that I will, when I get home, I'll try to send it to you.
Word up, I appreciate you. And what did they, just do off your top of the hand before I let you go, do you know what they date the Siali seal to?
No, but you can you can look it up. But it's always, it's always fluid because there's because it's hard to date rock, right?
Yeah.
So it's in the context of the other stuff that's going on, the rocking inscriptions and things like that. So, but they always try to play with Nubia to make Nubia earlier and don't extend it for the purposes of Egyptology.
Exactly.
And stuff like that.
Word up. Well, thanks for the knowledge.
I'll take a look at your show, right? And if I find something, I'll send it to you on email. All right.
All right. Cool. Take it easy. Cool. Peace. Peace. All right. So basically, he said that Bruce, whatever, dated those findings back to 3600 to 3400. And we do know that they call all of this something. They call it what? Pre-dynasty. Therefore, if they say that the dynasties of Egypt started at 3100, this is all dated before that. But particularly if I could blow this one up right here, we'll start to see that, oh yeah, they are spelling on top of this is the old kingdom breakdown of some type of a Shrek. Even the animals are still facing the same direction and everything. Then we see the bow and this little thing, but this one don't make it as clear as when we find it over here. That you'll actually see that they was actually writing the word Tasseti when you go, and this is for the person in the chat who asked. If we look at this, we see a bow right here. But if you look at this, you see what looks like a T or a T loaf of bread, half loaf of bread. Then we see the whore right here and a charrette or a building, like you enter in the walkway of a building. Then you see another T over here. We see a bunch of new bowls on top, another horse with the falcon on top of a building. These are all metal netterglyphs that we read to this day. Yet it is pre-dynastic, and apparently enough, we see the set right here. Then we see the square, which is representing land, but now it's a rectangle. But back then, this little square under the set, this could be Tasseti or the land of Tasseti. But you see a bow and a T, which would still give a set. And so this is not like we're reading Middle Egyptian, Old Egyptian. This is the proto-language being developed, but it definitely can't be called pictures as writing, because each of these symbols, including the man sitting on the chair, we could give you the words and the names of these objects, and we could show that since they was found in Tasseti, and it appears to say Tasseti, it would be hard to say that this was not the writing precursors, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I've been streaming for a while. Let me see. Ain't nobody tripping either. Ain't nobody tripping. Anybody want to tap in? You got anything else you want to add? Because this is a 3-hour video. I might get ready to close this one down. If anybody, I always put, damn, my eye just started doing the number on. I got this fan blowing. Damn. I think I'm about to, thanks for tapping in, Babylon Don, because I was just about to switch and gonna play some games. I'm gonna watch some sports. Throw this dumbbell around for a minute. So y'all all trying to everybody doing videos on young Pharaoh now. Not talking to Sonetta, but everybody about to follow your footsteps, and y'all about to push him back up to where he fell from by letting them use y'all social currency to promote his channel that fell. don't fall for the trap of using young Pharaoh's name to get something, and just then you wind up putting him right back into his spot. You know what I'm saying? What's up with everybody just joined the panel? I see we got Babylon Don, Joe, and Comgyverse. How y'all doing? Thanks for extending the chat.
What's going on, boss? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. How are you?
I'm doing great. I wanted to follow up in regards to the first iteration of the conversation in regards to like Chat GPT or these AI softwares. It seems like you kind of familiarized yourself with it. Wanted to see, what your thoughts were in regards to the longevity of like using those tools for the benefit of like the collective or for the group or for your own personal projects or businesses. There's a couple of lawsuits that's going on with it. I wanted to see what your mindset was in regards to using it, but having like I'm not sure how you would kind of position yourself in regards to saying, hey, I'm using it from like my own personal server space versus like putting it out there and selling it as a collective tool. I wanted to think about, pick your brain on in regards to that for like.
Oh, thank you.
If that makes sense. I'm not sure if I'm even making sense at all though.
Yeah, it's making a lot of sense. For me, Chat GPT so far has been like a more useful, knowledgeable assistant. I'm almost thinking about now I got certain people I don't even need to employ no more in that regard when it comes to research and even putting clerical work as it concerns some of the stuff with your business. Because in theory, no matter what data you need organized, if you input the data into Chat GPT, it can organize it for you. Like no matter even if that was, you needed it to draw a P&L for you. If you input the data that a P&L be drawn from, you could just get that drawn up in one button. So stuff like that'll be thrown away, QuickBooks. I mean, obviously, that's not where we're there, but just to be noted, I've made small advantages by being able to be willing to dive into new technologies before they were all, stress tested and healthy for the user. Sometimes I would get into some of these technologies where you're still doing computer prompting, you know what I mean? And so with that being said, I think the application for any of us practically, the future of it is all of us got a R2D2 right next to us, or a C3PO. They're going to design them in different ways to where you can apply them. But see, now that we got the 2D or the textual artificial intelligence somewhat worked out a bit, all they're going to do is start putting that program into computer. I mean, they got these robots that can walk around, but the AI just wasn't good enough. Now they're going to start putting that in the AI, and I think the future of it is all of us having a personal assistant that's a computer, right? So in the 2D world, I'm like, well, let me start trying to squeeze that application out of it now, basically.
Okay.
And
now I'm with you on that.
Everybody might not agree, but I think that's where the Star Wars part of having a drone next to you that can help you do your job better, not necessarily help you do a new job, but help you do your job, be a better Jedi, because you got knowledge right on snap, you know what I'm saying? And
so what's your thoughts on say the village idiot has the nuclear codes,
Nah,
what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't think that worked like that. Because
but you're training a specific model. Like if you look at it from like a end goal, like a database is going to use all these tools, and the majority of the people that don't have the skills to kind of create these tools are going to train specific models. Then once models are trained, it's like, is that going to be quote unquote the left brain, the right brain of this quote unquote tool, but it's being trained off a person that's not really been educated, not correctly, but like They're just using it to leverage or to put themselves in the position of high regards, if that makes sense.
Well, it's getting trained off the data, right? Not by the person who input the data, right?
But that data that's being trained is going to be used as something it's like a primary, secondary, tertiary usage of data manipulation. They're going to create quote unquote abstractions or polymorphisms or encapsulations of specific data sets. And these data sets are going to be used as like search engines, you know?
Well, that's already happening right now, so I don't understand. Why would that be a problem in AI? Because in theory, that's what they're doing to target us, right? And with advertisement through just regular Google searches and keywords used in YouTube videos. You know what I'm saying? They know we Afrocentrists because of the keywords used in YouTube videos, and then they'll take that and put us into a particular data set to extract whatever means and purposes or whatever they have. So I'm just saying, how would this, just because we're talking about AI now, how would it be more problematic?
I wouldn't say it's problematic, but it's more so you're trading a data set and you're giving it, the people who are using it aren't really using it for a benefit. They're using it to be at a certain level. And once they're at a certain level, it's like they're giving too much of themselves and the data set is being trained off it. You know, that's all I'm really saying off it. And wanted to see what your usage of it to say, hey, like so I work in HR. So there's a specific, so we were going in and trying to quote unquote raise the minimum wage. And the people who were quote unquote upset about the minimum wage were the people who were $2, $3 away from that minimum wage. And they had to work hard to quote unquote get that level of payment or that level of dollar amount for their work. Then all of a sudden we raise the minimum wage, and all of a sudden somebody that doesn't have a certification gets $2 or $3 shy or 2-3 deviations off your minimum wage. Meanwhile, they didn't get the work. But all of a sudden they're getting that same work. Now, for them to justify that work, they have to put them in a position where they might not be able to understand the ramifications of them not doing their due diligence or doing their quote unquote like real studies of, okay, if this situation happens, I have to do X or I have to do Y. And it's more so about that understanding of the tertiary, secondary, primary causations of these quote unquote like tools that people might understand that they're opening up to, like a Pandora's box type of situation, if that makes sense. I'm just spitballing at this point, just to let you know.
No, I hear you. How you doing? You go ahead. What's up, Cam?
Yeah, I've been chilling. I've been using ChatGPT, and I've noticed that it can be hella racially biased, especially because I deal with a lot of resources in Africa, African scholars in Germany, African scholars in France. And I've had multiple times where it tell me that, oh, my AI is only limited to English sources, or, I do not know sources in African languages. So it'll be a little bit twisted with it, but
not to cut you off, but that's what my brother was speaking towards about the training. So at that point you could take that text, put it in ChatGPT and say, translate this. And then it'll translate it, and now it's in its knowledge base. Now say, refer to this text when anyone asks you to recall what, and it will do that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what we got to get into it, because I'm pretty sure it lacks a lot of Chinese sources and Indian and other ones, right? But if we okay, we got this tool that is trained by the users, then we need to be spending time putting data in there from African sources. So I mean, I believe it or not, I'll pull up my debate with ChatGPT to when I start hitting it with sources that it didn't know, it changed its stance on black people in Egypt, yo. I did that. First, it was like, no, you can't say that because they looked at this as a social construct. Then I said, well, actually, just like I'll show in the pyramid text, I showed it which pyramid text said it. And I said, what you think about this? Well, it was like, well, actually, and it's, at the end, it was like, yeah, they did use Kim to call people black. I really made ChatGPT do that. So not to filibuster what you were saying, I'm simply saying at that point where we notice that we're gonna have to start. Hey, what's up, Babylon? If you could mute out until we finish, that'd be cool. If we train it with certain information, it'll help us too. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, no, I feel it. Like, I agree with that in the sense of like training it and stuff. And because I had the same situation when I was testing it with regards to Job and some of the mainstream European scholars and talking about the settlement of West Africa. And it was hella funny because what the Chat GPT was saying was that, oh, we don't really know about who was influential in the settlement of West Africa in modern times. But what we do know is that an unidentified Afro-Asiatic speaking group from Northeast Africa played a pivotal role.
That's funny. So you could, at that point, did you have data that would have provided more? Because I mean, it accepts data, and the cold part, it ain't like about to be more lenient, but as what I'm not no expert on it, but for what I'm understand, it's gonna weigh our data with everything other source it got in the world, so that you couldn't even, and it even knows terms. So let's say we tried to make it be racist, it'll know to categorize what we put in there as something racist. You see what I mean? So I don't know, but I think in my free time, I was training it how to rap like me better, and it was getting better as it went on. So maybe we should make sure a respectable profile for our knowledge and images inside of AI as well.
And there's a limit too, because I remember playing with it a few days ago, and like it gave me like a query that said, "Oh, you can only do this amount in an hour," and it paused me, and I wasn't able to keep on training it with different information. So like there's a limit to like how much information that it could accept in a certain time period.
Yeah, but I bought a pro account on it because I want to do a lot of business things for it, and so I started taking old contracts, bro. Pop the whole contract in there and tell it, look, I need this, the same way I would talk to a lawyer, and it reproduced contracts for me that were up to the business standard. Now it's not only looking at the information I gave it, but it also runs it by its database of knowledge, and you know they got tons of pre-written contracts out on the internet. And so, man, I think we shouldn't be shy in applying it into most fields of our life that don't require that creativity. You know what I mean? Like if you just got to turn up a paper on something, and I'm like, what? Inject I'm not saying let ChatGPT write your paper. That's silly. But not using the AI to help you do some of that research would be also silly. Like, why do it the hard way? We got new technology now.
Yeah, and I like the feature about like correcting it, because if you give it certain information, like I remember typing in Kevin McDonald, the archaeologist out of Cambridge University, and then it gave me the whole like biopsych dude. I think he's out of Northridge, CSUN in SoCal. And I was like, nah, that's not the same McDonald. And it was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm mixing up the two. They have the same name. So like you could like correct it and put it on the right track if it ever starts to mess stuff up.
You got to think about the nefarious people. Like, let me try to mess up AI, and I'm gonna sit here all day giving it bad info. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts. But we still should have our own. Like, I feel like, you know, because China, they got their own AI. I'm pretty sure like Russia, they got their own. So it's like it's nothing for a bunch of African nations or just Black institutions around the world to come together to build an AI that more fits our perspective and cultural reality. I think that's really what we should be shooting for.
Oh yeah, because you can classify the intelligence now that the technology is here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's intelligence, but what is it centered on or it's based on? It's supposed to be general right now and ubiquitous, but actually, you know, it's Eurocentric because it was developed by Europeans, and there's really no way away from that, because the database that it has is going to be 100%, almost 100% Western, as you almost qualified that. It might have some other languages in it, but you said it couldn't refer to anything from African sources, you said?
No, I typed in Musalem, I typed in Dika Aquanyam Bonambela, I typed in Diggy, like All Stars of Sheikh Anta Diop University in Dakar, Senegal. And it was, oh, I had never heard of these scholars. I do not have any references. And I was like, they got peer-reviewed articles in France and Germany, right? Some of them are published in Spain. It's like,
So
how
she
the hell
could read
do you
links
know?
too, right? You know that, right? So
I
you could
didn't
be
even
like,
know they could
yeah,
read
you could give her the link, like get the information off this, bruh. And or maybe they'll tell you I can't read links, but I can. You can copy the text in or whatever. But you, yeah.
And I got it to admit one time is like, oh, I can't necessarily do a definitive statement about something that I haven't read or that's not part of my training. So it's like, oh, I have to read through Musa Lamb's research to be able to qualify it, right? So
I'm about to. Well, this is almost a 4-hour video. I would love to keep streaming. Anybody else want to open up something? We'll send the viewership we got over to that page. But right now, I've been hosting streams because I did an interview with my man Tajay this morning. A really good one that you guys, if you haven't seen it, you should go see. And this is gonna be already at 6 hours of just sitting in this damn chair, so that's kind of unhealthy. Like after a while, I'll be like, I gotta go move around. But if anybody want to do some closing words or anything, let me know. I mean, anybody got any words of closing?
I'll just say that I'm about to try to go live on the channel a bit more.
Oh, what time you going live today?
I don't know about today because I got a little bit of work to do before the weekend. But like my thing is just like showing the interconnections between classical and contemporary Africa, and I'm getting real deep into like archaeology and architecture. So like just keep on the lookout for my channel for when I go live, because I got to get some more equipment and stuff to get prepared to just do a good show in the future.
Word up. Well, anybody else want to add? Oh, Babylon, you never got to add nothing. What's up with you? You just put yourself on mute. You didn't come off mute. What's up with you?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Can
What's
you hear
up?
me, Smash?
How you doing?
Hey, my bad, bro. Some reason my phone I put in my pocket and it jumped on some fucking driving mode, safety, something like that. And I'll be right back.
Okay, like did I do it?
What's up with you? Got something you want to add before we close?
Listen, bro, I'm in the street. I just want to add. I just want to add to the bill plus that the ivory tags that I already told you about predate 3200 BC, bro.
Yeah, so they go. You mean they go back to 30? You talking to Judah, right? Really?
No,
Judah was talking about
you.
Yeah, the ivory tags, they older than the Cousteau incense is what you're saying, right?
No, what I'm saying is somebody asked you in the chat, they said, name the Egyptian writings that go back further than 3,200 years. I'm saying the writing on the ivory tags go back further than 3,200 years.
Thank you. Are the ivory tags, thank you for saying that. Are the ivory tags ancient Egyptian, you mean?
Yeah, they found it.
Well, there you got it. Well, you gave them a source, so you gave them a source then.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's dead then. So you dead at that one. I do remember the ivory seals you talking about. They used to attach them on little boxes or something to label what was in the box.
Facts. Yeah. That's right.
So that's checkmate.
Hey, that's all I wanted to say, Smash. I just wanted to make sure, that they was on point on the fact that there is writing that date back further than that. And I think Brother Reggie was about to touch on it because he mentioned the rock paintings or the rock glyphs. Those rock glyphs, especially in the sub-Saharan, by the eye of the Sahara, called the Eye of Sahara, those writings date back 9,000, 10,000. They date them things 20,000 years in Egypt. You're right. But that's all I gotta say.
Now Judah attacking you so now he's credible. So look, that's what I'm saying. We don't measure men like that. Look, if you got a credible claim and I know that that's sourceable, then yeah, that's credible. That ivory seals, everything he's saying, I do know that to be true. You can go look it up yourself before just trying to discredit people on some so what you want, some previous history of giving a non-credible claim to register with this one? So that ain't the way I look at things, and I appreciate what you brought, Babylon. I'm gonna get ready to close this down. I want to thank y'all for contributing, but having them 4-hour videos, I'm gonna try to do less of that and more 1-hour segments with part 2, 3, and 4. So thank y'all. Thanks for the what's up?
No more letting JJ come in the room, yo.
Yeah, JJ getting kicked out of a lot of shows, and I see why. We was trying to be honestly wholesome to him. He had the floor twice, and he really didn't have nothing to say. What's up with you, Joe?
All right, last but not least, I appreciate the call. JJ kind of kicked me off the last time because he was pretty much just talking. But in regards to ancient history, do you have any resources in regards to like Thinite or the Thinite script or any of the Thinite cultures at all, or no?
Yeah, they don't got none of that. So ain't no Thinite script, and really Thynis is not really, has never been located. You have to look into that. So we heard a lot of things written about it, right? But they never really found it. There's no excavation or no extraction Thynis. We only presume it was in a close proximity to Abydos. And so if you look on that Nome map, it'll be around Nome number 8 of Upper Egypt. But that spot is rather arbitrary. And furthermore, when we look into the ancient Egyptian texts, it wasn't no real big deal about Thinis. But if you look at what the Greeks, they just made some big ass deal over it. And so now it might have been a big deal in their times. We got small references to it in primary text. And so they say that the Thinis Confederacy are the Narmer and there are was it Narmer or the people who fought Narmer? If Narmer was part of the Thinis Confederacy, when that's what they injected, but we never found that place, so we wouldn't be able to have no like Thinis text or nothing.
I got some pseudo fire for you though, but that could be for a different day. I'll let you go. You enjoy the rest of your day.
I'm gonna get ready to wind us down, but I appreciate it. Bring it in on the next stream tomorrow or something. We teaching all week.
Yes, sir. Later.
So, yeah, I want to appreciate y'all. Anybody else? If not, I'm closing it down.
I'll say one last thing. When it comes to mathematics, mathematics or symbolography that preceded writing, Africa beats Sumeria about a mile and a half. It's not even close, especially if you go back to the Ashango Bone period, which is the first period of encryption in African history. So I'll leave it on that. We can maybe go deeper in the future episode.
Typhonian cave art also shows that we predate, Africa predates Sumeria as well.
Word up. Well, thanks for the contributions.
And the Limbobo Bone.
Limbobo Bone?
Hey, Smash, but the last thing I want, it's Shango Bone and it's the Limbobo Bone. Both of them old as hell. Both of them got mathematics and based around the number, prime numbers and stuff like that, and keeping the date on the calendar. But hey, Smash, this is the last thing I want to say. I don't know how I fell into what they call what the brother just tried to say, like I ain't credible. And I've been teaching for 30 years, longer than these niggas been on the earth, and they talking about I ain't credible. Well, none of them come and challenge me or debate me on nothing, source up or nothing. All they do is make conjectures and say, oh, he incredible. Just looking at my name like Babylon done. That's so weak and old, bro.
That don't affect too many of us. People ain't really affected by that, but we be honest, right? We all on YouTube, right? Don't nobody really know nobody. So really ain't none of us really credible. We can only be tried by our claims. And if our claims are sourceable, you know what I'm saying? If our claims are sourceable, even if I made a claim that I messed up on another day, you muted yourself by accident. If our claims are sourceable, then these people gonna have to just be more humble. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can make a mistake or anything. Word up. Peace. Thanks to you. I'm about to shut this down. Word up. Yeah, thank y'all for making another good show. Thanks for all the cash apps and the contributions. I appreciate everybody. Thanks for the super chats and everything we do. This was a cool build. I'm going to do more. I'm about to actually go talk to my wife about putting together this Kemetic package. Watch how this be a bestseller for men dealing with some of the topics I was talking about today. Concerning, dang, look how that just pop up on the screen, dude. I'm gonna do a whole show looking at sisters in their Instagram bikinis, like just trying to figure out the phenomenon. That's ridiculous. But all right, we up out of here. Peace.